guys. So yesterday when we were out here, the conditions are pretty much the same. If you take a look around, the skies are nice and blue. We call that bluebird skies. And if you take a look up there, that sun is shining nice and bright. So yesterday we did some offshore fishing. I was showing you guys my electronics. Let me go ahead and get the stuff set up. Showing you guys how I have my electronics set up. There was someone that was asking about my settings on my live imaging. If you are in the chat today, just remind me and I'll show you, because I forgot to show that to you yesterday. But just to go over the setup on the boat, you see I have 2 units up front. This is a Helix 12 G4N. I have a Helix 10. This is a G2N. I run my 360 imaging off of this. This unit right here, this little circular looking thing, that is the 360 mega imaging. It kind of looks like a radar system. I'll show you guys that. This right here, this little square box, that is the live imaging. Won't be really using that too much today, because what I told you guys is we're gonna just go around, do some shallow water fishing today, focus on some docks and things like that. So we're just going to be running some of these codes. Of course, you know, if we come across some brush piles or something like that, then I'll check that out. But just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of what the setup was that we'll be working with at the front of the boat today. I'm going to change the baits up a little bit. Some things I won't be needing as much with this style of fishing. So this is what I had yesterday. So we're just kind of these were the first string candidates. We're going to move these out of the way to the back of the boat for now, because like I said, the chances of using these is going to be a little slim today. So that's that. So I won't really need this top water right now. So let's get that out of the way. Put that back here in this rod holder. Drop shot, might use that. All right, so the other thing, I wasn't going to use this, but what I'm going to do is just change this bait out. This right here is that Sabile Sashimi. It's a nice bait that I generally use this offshore, but we're going to be going around some docks. So what I'm going to do is downsize this bait. I just want to try something a little different today, and just downsize this one and put something on that I can just kind of toss out there and burn along the sides of those docks. See if I can get a fish to come out and take it. So I have another custom painted Sabile right there. You guys can kind of see the sparkles in there. See the little purple haze. Has that nice blueback herring look to it, and that's what type of lake this is. So I'll show you the size difference between these two baits. See, can you guys see that? So this one is a lot longer than this one. So I'm just going to downsize that. And again, it's just something that I can throw out there. It's fun for me. This kind of fun throwing this bait. So that's really why I'm putting this one on. We'll see if we can get some fish to react to it. It's one of those things, you never know. It's fishing, so you get out here and have some fun with it. If there's some baits that you kind of like throwing, you want to make sure you get that locked on there real good. So if there's some baits you kind of like throwing more than others, just have some fun with it. You never know. It may be the thing that works out for that day. So we're going to change that up. And like I said, that for me, that bait right there is really just for me to get out here and have some fun with it. Seeing if we can get some bites on that. All right, so let's go ahead and put that back up. And let's see what else we had out here. I'll keep that top water, keep the drop shot. Of course, got to keep the shaky head. And this right here was my fluke setup. And what I'll do, since we're going to be fishing around some docks, I will go ahead and keep this fluke and just retie this right here. I had this off on here, just trying to fish it like a little minnow bait yesterday, trying to see if I could get those fish to commit to it, but they just would not do that. So let's see. So we're going to change things up a little bit today. And what I'll do is just tie on like a smaller fluke style bait. I don't need to make extra long casts. I'm just going to be skipping some docks with that. So let's hop into my bag of tricks and get a Texas rig hook. Let's kind of get this stuff out of the way. Is that the right box right there? Here it is. All right, so let's see. So just need a nice, simple Texas rig hook for that. And I'm rigging this Texas rig style because I'm going to be skipping this under the dock and don't want to have an exposed hook that may get hung up on something, but skipping docks, you never know. And for this, I just tie a quick polymer knot on here. I pretty much tie a polymer knot for just about everything. Every once in a while, you guys will hear me talk about an improved Alberto knot. But I like keeping things nice and simple. All right, so things, go ahead and wet that line. Things are gonna be a little different today. So let's see. Yesterday, you guys saw it was very, very slow. I wasn't out here long. I kind of come out here and see how much I can figure out within maybe 2 hours or so. But of course, sometimes it takes a little longer than that. So just make sure we get this lined up on there. And this, like I said, I'm just going to be skipping a few docks with this, possibly. Ah, goodness. How could I do that? Rig the thing upside down. All right, let's see. Let's redo that. All right, what's going on? Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. As you come into the chat, please go ahead and tap that like button for me. It really does help out the channel. All right, so we're just getting this lined up. We'll see. All right, there we go. Nice and straight. So we'll have some fun with that. You guys may actually be able to see that whenever I'm working it across the top of the water. Kind of see how that action of that fluke kind of looks like a darting bait fish. All right, getting all this stuff back up. All right, so yeah, make sure you guys go ahead and tap that like button for me. As you see, here is the bank. We are going to be doing some shallow fishing today. And for anybody just tuning in, I showed you guys kind of the weather conditions. If you take a look around, we're looking at a nice, pretty day. It's about 74, 75 degrees out here today. There's the sun shining nice and bright. So we have bluebird skies. And I was trying to get out here a little earlier today, but I didn't do it. I still got out here a little later than what I was planning on doing. All right, so there we go. I don't know if you guys can see that fluke kind of working across the top right there. And just want to see. Yeah, I guess I'd be able to get a decent cast out of that. Just wanted to kind of play with this just a little bit to see how far I'd be able to skip this under the docks. It doesn't really have too much weight on there. I didn't put any weight. I do have a swivel on there. Okay, got a nice cast out of that. All right, so there's a nice lay down right there. So like I said earlier, I'm not really going to be using my electronics as much today. But someone did ask me about my setup on my live imaging, the settings. If you happen to come into the chat again today, I think I forgot to show those settings yesterday. Man, that fluke looks lovely coming across that water, especially coming over that laydown. But if you happen to be in the chat and you do want to see those settings on that live imaging, you were saying that you weren't able to get yours as clear as what you saw mine was. Yeah, I don't mind showing you my settings. So if you want to see that, just put that in the chat, and then I can put those settings on the screen for you. All right, and I'll be in the chat in just a second, guys. I'm just working these laydowns right here. Maybe you guys can see them. Sometimes those fish will just come out of there and see this fluke coming right through there and be like, I think I want to take a bite of that. Let me get a bite. Oh, no. Okay. I got wrapped up for a second, but I was able to get it loose. Man, so fishing a fluke is a real nice, simple setup. Let me just show you guys what I have right here. So this is a medium, a 7-foot medium rod. So it has a nice flexibility on the tip. Let's see if I can show you guys that. So I'm just holding it and you're gonna see that flex in the tip of that rod. I have a swivel right here to kind of help out with the line twist. It adds a little bit of weight to it, but not really enough to make a difference as far as the cast goes. And then this is just a hook tied on with a polymer knot and just Texas rig into a fluke. And that is it. So it's pretty much a weightless presentation. So a real easy setup. And hey, there are some people who this is their #1 choice of baits to throw. I don't really throw it too often, but I'm gonna try it out today. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and fish all of these docks. So there's like 3 or 4 docks. No, actually there's 5 or 6 docks back in this little cove. We're gonna come on out around there and we're gonna fish all of this area right here. So we're focusing on this shallow water bite today. Just looking for those fish that are trying to get some shade around those docks, or maybe some laydowns if we come up on that. All right, so let's hop into the chat. Let's see what's going on. Dave, he says, what's happening, Captain? All right, everything's going great, man. Out here having a little fun today, hanging out with the fellas. Looks like we have a few other people out here. I see a few other bass boats. There's somebody zooming by right there. I see somebody fishing offshore. And you know that's what I love. You know I love that offshore that offshore bite. And let me go ahead and put this turn the 360 on. So I showed you guys the 360 right at the beginning, how it's mounted onto the trolling motor. And it won't hurt. It won't hurt to go ahead and have that live imaging turned on. But like I said, we're not really focusing on that. Right now, I'm very shallow. I'm sitting in about 6 feet of water. And on that 360, I can already see those rocks coming in. So right now, with the sun up the way that it is, I don't really think these fish would be just this shallow out without any type of cover. So I'm just covering water right now, moving pretty fast, heading toward these docks. So I was showing you guys, this is what we're going to be focusing on today. Like I told you yesterday, we'll go around and fish a few docks. All right, Dave says, do you use clips with your crankbaits or tie on? I pretty much like to use those speed clips that I showed you just a minute ago, and that was on the on that Seville swim bait. So that way it lets me change them out pretty quick. All right, what's going on? Shout out to the Money Team. We have Chris Phillips tuning in. He says, good morning, all, and MoneyBass. What's going on, man? Glad to see you. The burning season. What does he say? Money. What brand is your braid? I don't really have a specific brand that I use. But the braid that I have right now is Yozuri braid. It was kind of, you know, wasn't very expensive, and I haven't had any issues with it, so I'll keep rolling with it until I find some, you know, if I start running into any issues with it. But I've used it for a while. I bought it from what was that, Academy, Yozuri. And on this one, this high vis yellow, this is 10-pound braid right here. And the reason I put that 10-pound on there is because I wanted something where I could get a very long cast, especially with throwing a fluke, a weightless bait. So I have 10-pound high vis yellow braid, and that is going to, I believe I have 10-pound or the real, just to lose my, not a real, but hey, I haven't had any issues with it. I changed over from those flugers. I started having a lot of issues with those. All right, Rico says, caught a diddy fish yesterday. Whoa, my goodness, wait a minute. What is that? That does not sound like that might be a good thing right now. All right, Brody says, hope you catch a few. All right. Oh my goodness, is that Diddy in the chat? It says, no, man, you not. What is going on? This is supposed to be a fishing show, guys. But I guess everybody is welcome. Well, I don't know. Is everybody welcome? Do you guys see that? We have Diddy in the chat. All right, let me see if I can get this skipped under this line right here. So we have those buoys. It's a little bit of clearance under there. There we go. I got it under there, but it doesn't have enough weight for me to really get it back like I want to. Yeah, so this fluke does not really have a lot of weight to it, so I can't really skip it all the way back there as far as I want. All right, Texas Snoop says, my man, Money. What's good, sir? What's going on, Texas Snoop? Good to see you. We have Small Waters Charters checking in. Okeechobee watching. Good deal. Don says, yeah, fishing, that's what's up. Okay. All right, once again, shout out to the Money Team. We have DL Peck Fishing. Make sure you guys tune in and check him out. All right, he says, morning, everybody. OG says, God said to be a fisher of men, so I put my rod on grinder. Okay, all right. All right. Stephen Wimpy says, what's good? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Smart Water Charters. Let's see what else are you saying. We use Power Pro braid. Oh, yeah. Power Pro is like, whenever I was growing up, it was like that was the thing. That was all you really heard about was Power Pro. So I do actually have Power Pro on. Oh, my goodness. What are the chances of casting and hitting that rock? That rail? But yeah, Power Pro was the #1 brand. I mean, I still actually use that on some of my setups. So we're sitting in about 12 feet of water right here. Not really seeing too much of any type of activity. And actually, I just noticed what's happening when I'm trying to skip this. That swivel is actually stopping it from skipping as far back as I would like it to go. Yep, it did it again. So yeah, so that swivel, once that hits the water, that is what is stopping my my cast from going as far as I need to. I would have been able to get that one under there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take that swivel off. All right, let's see. Stephen Wimpy says, are you using your hydro wave? No, sir. It is on the boat, but it actually is not even connected. I didn't really use it that much, and then I spliced the wire, and I just didn't take it off the boat. So this is the hydro wave right there. For anybody who doesn't know what he's referring to, that hydro wave simulates schooling fish or different type of forage like crawfish, like the sounds that they make under the water, and attract the fish to the boat. All right, so we're seeing what this dock life is going to be about today. Going to let this fluke sink down there. All right, let's see. Burn Season says, don't use Berkeley ×9 braid. It's junk, way too soft. Too many wind knots. Okay. Robert says, Didi is not welcome. All right, let me see. Your quantum reality. Anyone fishing gets a thumbs up from me. Really, really appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys could, go ahead and tap that like button for me. Just double tap your screen. Likes are, it definitely does help push out the videos for this channel. We're growing very fast, guys. I really appreciate all the support and the feedback that I've been getting from everybody. So we'll keep doing some of these on the water lives and just showing you guys different techniques and things like that. Right now, I'm throwing a fluke, so I know a lot of you guys may already know about that. All right, Run says spider wires, all the rave, gel spun. Okay. All right, your local fisherman, hit me with the thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys could, like I said, hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Really appreciate you tuning in today to see what we're doing out here. Did I make it over the... Oh, man. Don't you just hate these cables coming around these docks? I think it got me. Am I going to be able to break it loose? No, I'm going to have to go and get it loose. All right, so let's head on over here and get this loose. So we're sitting in 30 feet of water, right? Well, 27 feet of water right now, heading into this cove. So this first dock, I did not really see too much activity on it. All right, we're up to about 20 likes. Can we get about 10 more likes, guys? If you have already hit the like button, just go ahead and type the word like in the chat for me. Just want to see who's participating, see who is getting active, and you know, who's enjoying the content. That's what it's all about. All right, just trying this fluke a little bit around this around these docks. I'll change that up in just a minute. I know a lot of people fish something like a wacky rig, so I'll get that out in just a minute too. But I did show you that that swim bait that I have. I kind of have fun throwing that, so I don't get as many bites on that, but when I do, they're generally a nice bite. All right, really appreciate it, guys. Stephen Wimpy, hit me with the like button. We have Lizzie, hit me with the like button. Don Barks and Benny, really, really appreciate that. Benny Lisa Mack, really appreciate it. Yeah, so if you guys could, just go ahead and hit that like button for me. Likes are free. All right, so let me just show you guys once again this setup. Really appreciate that run. All right, so this is a 7-foot medium rod, so it has some nice flexibility in the tip. It kind of helps with casting these weightless baits. And like right now, like I said, I'm throwing this fluke. I'm gonna change this one out and put one that's on here just to have a little bit more weight to it so that I can skip it just a little bit better. And actually, I did mention that I needed to take the swivel off of here. So let's go ahead and get that done. Take the swivel off so that I can get this bait to skip a little better. And retie this hook. Again, I just use a polymer knot, very quick and simple. I forgot to hit my spot lock, so I'm drifting. I have to do it fast. All right, there we go. So we have a wake. Have a few waves coming through here right now. All right, so we're gonna upsize this fluke just a little bit and just hook it the exact same way. Just go right in through the nose. And this one has a little tear in it, so let's go back just a little bit further to get past that. All right, and get that hook lined up right where it needs to be. All right, there we go. Nice and straight, nice and straight. Got that Texas rig. The hook is coming out just a little bit. So let's play around with it just a little bit more. Just making sure. Okay, there we go. There we go. Got that one to skip under there pretty good. All right, what's going on, Sam? Appreciate the like. Oh, yeah, that fluke looks lovely. Can you guys see that? Could you see the fluke coming across the top of the water? Let's get another skip it under there one more time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, what did I do? The trials and tribulations of fishing. I think I had my... Oh, there we go. The knot got tangled. All right, let's go ahead and do that one more time. And basically what we're targeting today is just trying to find these fish that are, you know, coming shallow, looking for a little shade that may be relating to these docks. Yeah, that's some nice action on that fluke right there. See if I can skip it under that. Nope, I knew that one was gonna be tough, especially with these waves. That's only about, what, a 6-inch gap right there. Let's see, can I get it under there? No, I cannot. Don't want to try that again. Whenever I try to skip these docks, pretty much when there's waves on there like that, it makes it a little more difficult because they'll it'll hit like a ramp. All right, so that's cast. Let's see if I got my line around that board, which I did. So that was a great cast right there. So let's take a look and see. Big Mike says, morning, let's get them bass from yesterday. Oh, yeah. So we're trying things. We're doing something a little different from yesterday. So we'll see how it goes today. I just got this fluke ready just in case I need to put that to work. All right, so this was the bait that I was telling you guys about that I just wanted to have some fun with today. Throwing this nice Bill swim bait. All I'm gonna do is just take it, throw it right down the sides of these docks and just let it sink just a little bit. And then just burn it down the side of these docks and see if a fish will come out and pick it up. All right. I'm throwing this on 12-pound fluorocarbon. And I got a knot inside of there, so that's what messed me up on my last cast. Let me just see if I can get that out of here real quick. Come on, knot. Let me get this knot loose. Let's just see if it'll... No, it did not come loose. I'm gonna have to take this and retie. All right, all right. Let's just get away from this dock a little bit. Then I'll take this and retie it. Because that knot in there is gonna mess with my cast. All right, let's go ahead and hit the spot lock, come back here. So yeah, what happened on one of those casts is I got a little knot in there. So whenever I'm making my cast, and this is that speed clip I was showing you guys a little earlier. So this allows me to detach these baits and change them out pretty quick. So if you're, especially if you're a co-angler or something like that, and you don't bring as many rods and stuff to the boat and you want to be able to change your baits out quickly, that's something that you definitely want to have. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. Shout out to Big Mike. He came in with the $2 super chat. He said, let's get one in the boat. We know you can. All right, putting the pressure on me. Putting the pressure on. All right, so what I'm doing is just changing out this line. Just got to get down to where that knot is at. Hopefully it's not way down. Oh man, it does look like I'm going to lose a lot of line on that one. It hasn't even came out of the spool yet. So this is some brand new line that I just bought and put on here. So yeah, that knot being way down the line where it was at has caused me to lose a lot of line. So that is definitely a lot of line right there to lose on my cast. So, and it actually could affect the casting distance when I'm offshore and I need to make those casts that are like 90 feet away from the boat. But we'll see. Looking at the spool, it still has a significant amount of line on there. I'll show it to you guys in just a second. Clint Perry says flukes give him a line twist even with a swivel. Yeah, I kind of figured that it would do that. I was just trying to see if it would cut back on it just a little bit. But out here trying to fish these docks, it was affecting the bait actually skipping under the dock. All right, so there we go. Got that tied, retied. This is what a speed clip looks like. And what you do, let's see if we can get that focus for you. Maybe not, maybe not. Let's see. There we go. All right, so the speed clip, you just press it and it opens up like that, and it allows you to slide your baits in and out pretty quickly so that you don't have to retie each bait. And you want to make sure that is locked in there. You want to make sure that you actually get it locked in there, because I've tied these on before and tossed it out into the water and realized that I did not have the bait actually locked into the speed clip, and I just had to watch it sink. All right, and this boat does have a very handy cooler and a trash can, so I always make sure I put that trash in the trash can. And I'll keep this keep that swivel over there on the side. All right, so let's just keep on moving. Let's just test this out and see. So yeah, I can still get a real good cast out of that. Let me just do it a few more times just to make sure the line and everything is set up right. So when I downsized this bait, I didn't change the brakes or anything. Oh man, yeah. So this is definitely still good. It is still good. All right, big shout to Big Mike. He is the current sponsor of today's live stream. So we're cruising through here doing some shallow water fishing. Gonna have some fun with it today. Make sure you guys do tap that like button on your way in. Shout out to the Money Team. Those are the guys that you see that have a badge next to their name, like our partner DL Peck Fishing. You see he has that 6 next to his name. That means he has been a member for over 6 months, probably coming up on a year. He's been supporting the channel, so really, really appreciate that. And also want to give a big shout out to Big Mike. Big Mike hit the channel with the $2 super chat. And what I say each time we do these live streams, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, is the sponsor of the live stream, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers, because we do not have any corporate sponsors or anything on this channel at this time. So right now, all the support comes from the viewers. So you guys are very, very appreciated for getting in the chat, putting your thoughts, suggestions, ideas, and things like that in here. I know some of you, have some requests on certain baits that you want me to try out whenever I come out here. So I do that at times. All right, let's see if we can get that cast right next to, oh my goodness. And it went right over that, right over the cable, right over the dock. Am I going to get it loose? Almost got it loose. At the last minute, got hung up. All right, Steve Wimpy says, guys, please check out MoneyBass merchandise. The sweatshirts are super nice. The weather is changing and they are perfect for cool mornings. Really appreciate that, Steve Wimpy. He is a member of the Money Team. And I remember you said you did pick up one of those hoodies, and you said you really did like it. I tried to get something that had some great material on it. So yeah, really appreciate that. Hope you are enjoying it. But yeah, you can also pick up one of these MoneyBass hats. So the links should be down below where you guys can see those, if anybody is interested in that. All right, there we go. Yes, I definitely did not see. I don't know if you guys can see this cable right here. I did not see that cable, and that's what my bait got stuck on. Oh my goodness, look down in that water. Can you guys see all of those bait fish down there? So to me, that is an indication that this is a great dock to be fishing. All right, so this bait right here, I definitely do not want to lose it. So since it did touch that cable, what I do is I will take this line and I will run my thumb and like 3 or 4 fingers all the way across this line. And if I feel any type of abrasions or nicks or anything like that, I will definitely retie, because this bait right here, the bait itself, they do not even make these anymore. I can't remember how much the bait was, but let's just say the bait was $30. The custom paint job on here was either $20 or $25 at the time. So yeah, so this bait has a little bit of expense to it, and I do not want to take the chance of losing that. All right, let's see if I can get that cast over there one more time. Didn't get it quite where I wanted it to go, but oh yeah, and this 8-gear ratio reel. Let's see, is this an 8-gear? Yeah, this is that 8-gear ratio reel. So it allows me to burn this bait whenever I need to burn it, especially whenever I see fish schooling. I'm able to get it back to the boat very fast. Clint Perry says, what is the brand of those speed clips? I'm not sure, but if you go to, just look online, go to Tackle Warehouse, and just search speed clips, 2 separate words, and you'll see those come right up. But yeah, I keep those on deck. I use them for my crankbaits. Any type of bait that that has like a little O-ring or something on there. Top water baits, things like that. So this is the speed clip right here. So that allows that bait to be changed out pretty quick. All right, let's see a fish out here at about 40 feet out. Let's just get out there and see what's going on. Okay, all right, so I'm starting to see something. So what I did just now is I kind of took a glance at my live imaging, and I can see some fish suspended under this dock. So take a look at them, guys. So those are fish right here. Here's that dock, and those are the fish that are on that dock, but they're under that dock. So I would actually need to get something that would either draw those fish from under the dock or something I can skip back there behind the dock. Or if I could get a good cast alongside this dock, I could kind of let this sink down there and see if that'll draw them. Okay, so that cast right there was pretty decent. Let's see if I can just get it a little closer to the dock and draw some of those fish over there to it. All right, nope, did not get anything to come out. Let's try it again. Not really getting my cast close enough to the dock where I would need it to be. So we're gonna try something different. We're gonna change it up. So we need to get under there to where those fish were at. And one way to do that is with something they call a wacky rig. So let's go into the box of tricks right here and grab this wacky rig out of here. All right, let's see, wacky rig, where are you hiding at? Here you go. All right, and a wacky rig is a very simple setup also, guys. Pretty much just a spinning setup. I throw this on a medium heavy. So that medium heavy just has a little bit more strength to it. And these are my tournament hooks right here. So I do not generally use these whenever I'm out here just fun fishing, because these things, even though they look plain and simple, they are pretty expensive. They're like $3 each for just this, with this titanium weed guard on here. Not really sure how much that actually does help, but I used that this brand, you know, actually has won me a lot of money. So that's why I continue to invest, let's just say invest into those more expensive hooks. So these are just the same thing, same setup. And let me just get over here and pull off of this dock just a little bit. I forgot to hit my spot lock. So I'm just gonna drift away from this dock just a little bit. Then I'll show you guys this. So this is the wacky rig hook that I'll be setting up right there. Has kind of a wide gap to it. These are the practice ones that I use. I think the brand is Berkeley, but anytime where I'm out just practicing, and it, you know, if I'm not really as concerned with the hookup ratio when I'm just out here, you know, playing around on the lake, just having some fun, I'll use these cheaper brand of hooks. Pretty much on my terminal gear, I try to do that, but whenever you're fishing these docks, you never know if you're gonna hit, oh, let me go ahead and get a worm out of here too. So you never know if you're gonna get, you know, tangled up on the post or anything like that. All right, let's see, green pumpkin green. Let's go with the green pumpkin green. All right, let's put all these boxes back in here. Man, I hit spot lock, but this thing is still drifting back to where the wind is kind of pushing me. We have Carrie checking in. Says, good morning, Money. On lunch break at work, figured I'd hop in for a minute. Got a 2-day tournament on Kincaid here in Illinois this weekend. Should be a good one. All right, yeah, well, check back in. Let us know how you do. Is it a 5-fish limit? You're fishing as a co-angler? Give us some details on that. All right, so let's go ahead and get this tied on. And like I told you guys before, I pretty much just stick to a polymer knot, which is a very quick and easy knot, and I believe they call it a 100% knot. It's one of the strongest knots that you can tie, so why not just do that? And like I said, they're quick and simple. Just make one loop, and then you want to bring your bait back through that loop right there, and that is it. You are done. Wet your line so it doesn't you know, burn out or anything like that. Weaken the line whenever you're tightening the knot. Just clip off that tag end. All right, so now for the wacky rig. That is a very basic setup. Let me just open up these weed guard just a little bit. All right, and all you do for this wacky rig, all I do for this wacky rig is just hook it right through the middle like that. So we'll see. A lot of times I'll kind of rough these worms up a little bit so they'll have a little more softness to them. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get a little bait fish that hang out under these docks. Notice their tails have like a chartreuse color to it. So I like putting chartreuse dye on there. And this actually has a scent, like a strong garlic scent. So let's see. So now I have to find the opening where I'd actually be able to skip this under these docks. The docks on this lake, some lakes, they have a lot of clearance under them, so it's easier to skip. But this lake, a lot of these docks, they're designed in a way to where it's kind of hard to get your bait under there. And let's see. All right, I got that one under there pretty good. So let's just spot lock right here, and we're just gonna fish this kind of slow. So we know there's some fish under there. It's just a matter of seeing if those fish are going to be active and pick up that wacky rig. And the reason why I use that high vis yellow, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see this yellow line as it's going down. And if a fish was to pick that up and the line starts moving, I'll be able to see it as it starts moving, or sometimes it'll just jump. The line will just jump whenever those fish pick it up. All right, we have, let's see. I cannot pronounce the name, but it says, "Hi, bro, watching from Thailand." All right, I told you guys we are worldwide. We had Ireland, we had, goodness, where else? Australia. We had somebody from South Africa yesterday. So we have people from everywhere. What kind of fishing do you do over there in Thailand? Is there any bass fishing going on? All right, Gary says, "My boat, 2-day buddy tournament." Okay, all right, good deal. Catch anything yet? No, sir. We've been out here for about 40 minutes. I guess we've been fishing for what, maybe about 30 minutes or so, guys, once we got everything set up. And the plan for today was to just go and skip a few docks, fish a little shallow water. Yesterday we were fishing more offshore, found a lot of activity, but those fish just weren't committing to biting anything. So decided to come in here shallow, just gonna fish these docks. And let me just show you guys. So we have another run of docks. There's 1, 2 docks, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna fish all of these docks throughout this cove. Just try a few different baits. Right now I kind of slowed it down a little bit. So I'll be throwing a wacky rig, sometimes I do a crankbait too, but I don't have one of those out right now, so I'm not gonna take that out. I'm gonna stick to this wacky rig and maybe that swim bait that I showed you guys, and going to test out the fluke. See if I can get that fluke skipped under there a little bit. All right, so did not get any action on that cast. Let's get under there again. And that wave got me. So when these waves, as you're trying to skip and the water has any type of waves or something like that on it, it'll kind of make your bait kind of jump up and not go where you want it to go. But, you know, I keep trying anyway. All right, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you could, please double tap your screen, hit that like button for me. It really does help out the channel. And also, you will see that Big Mike is the sponsor of today's live stream. He has hit the channel with a $2 super chat. Whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker during the live stream is the sponsor of the show, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers of the channel. And the other thing, the other people that you see, that you will notice, are the members of the Money Team. Those are the people that have the badges right next to their name. All right, so I came all the way up on that dock. So we'll keep on moving. And while I'm moving, I'll just make a random cast with this wacky rig all the way to the bank. You never know. You never know. Just make a random cast and just kind of fish it back kind of slow. Clint Perry says, "I learned to rough them up by Randy." I did exactly the same thing here. So I saw him do that, and I was like, So I started doing that. So most of the ones that I have, you know, whenever I'm at home in the lab, out, you know, in the garage, just getting things set up on the boat, I'll go ahead and just do that to an entire pack of worms. And so those I use for my tournaments. So I don't really break those out. This one right here, I didn't really rough it up like that, but it does help out a lot. All right, Big Mike says, "I can't go fishing on my bass boat this weekend, so you have to catch one for me." All right, I'm gonna make it happen today. We're gonna make something happen today. All right, so let's see. Smash'em says, I love Thailand. The people are really friendly. They have some really great scuba snorkeling places. All right, good deal, good deal. Oh yeah. I mean, that's always a good thing about these live streams. Like, you never know who's gonna be watching, where people are tuning in from. You hear people telling their different stories about the type of fishing that they do in the area where they're from. Like, there's some people that come on here and they say, yeah, I've never seen a bass. I've never caught a bass before. So when I catch one, I'll, bring it up to the screen, let you guys take a look at it. But I'm definitely waiting to feel that little thumpy thump. So right now we're just fishing kind of slow. Have a spinning reel on, using that to fish these docks. So we'll see how that goes. All right, really appreciate it, guys. We're up to 40 likes. Can we get 5 more likes? If you have already hit the like button, type the word like in the chat for me once again. I just want to see, kind of keep track of who is getting active, who's participating in the live stream, because we are live right now, guys. We're actually live on the water. All right, bear with me, guys. Let me see. Somebody is really trying to get in contact with me. Hold on one second. All right, all right. What I was doing, I was taking a look, and I can kind of see some structure out here, some cover that some fish may be hanging out on, and it's kind of low in the water column. So what I'm gonna do is throw something out here that I can actually get on the bottom where those fish seem like they may be hanging out at, which is a shaky head. I showed you guys that shaky head setup yesterday. All right, so they're about 60 feet out. So let's go ahead and get that all the way out there. All right, and it looks like that is right by where that dock is at. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and get this cast, make sure I get this cast right. So we're gonna take our time with it, just fish this area. What's going on? We have Tom Mix checking in. Big Mike says like and subscribe. Oh yeah, if you guys could go ahead and double tap the screen for that, give that channel a like, and also hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We're growing fast, guys. We are growing fast. Really appreciate the strong support of the channel. Chauncey says, what it do, fam? Coming to you from Piedmont. I know Chauncey is out there saving lives out there at Piedmont. Really appreciate your service, sir. We have Curtery back. Says, yo, what's up, MoneyBass? And we have Aaron checking in. Says, you should switch to Garmin. Humminbird isn't close to Garmin. That's what I've heard. I've heard people say that. Some people love those Garmin units. Some people love those Active Target Lowrance units. And some people, you know, they kind of stick with that Humminbird. So that's one of those battle of the ages that's been going on for a while. So there's a few different things to consider. But what I always suggest to people is, you know, go out on the boat with somebody who runs Humminbird, somebody who runs Garmin, somebody who runs Lowrance. See which one fits you best. And also, depending on what your budget is, what system you already have on your boat, all of that stuff you want to take into consideration, because it is kind of pricey once you start stepping into the realm of getting into the electronics race. And I did have a target lock on here. It's currently sent out to Humminbird. They're replacing that unit for me because the shielding on the unit itself has started having some issues. And they replaced that for me, which is a great deal. Their customer service is always, you know, I've never had a problem with their customer service. Always been great. I need to stick to the program. I'm trying to catch one on the shaky head right now. The wind is kind of working against me though. The burning season says, come to New York. Not only will you move, you'll switch to Garmin. All right, and who is that? DL Peck says, Humminbird customer service is amazing. All right, so Curtery says, what color shaky head am I using? I'll show it to you in just a second once I get it in here. And generally, I mean, I like sticking to like just green pumpkin colors and watermelon and keeping it just that simple unless I use a different brand. Sometimes I'll use something that has more of a bait fish looking color to it. But if you look in my tackle box, I pretty much try to keep things basic. I don't try to go all extravagant with a bunch of different colors and all that kind of stuff. All right, we're gonna head on back further into this cove. And actually I can get a nice skip right down the center of that, what is that, boat lift? All right, let's get this in and get this down that center of that boat lift while we got the boat in good position for it. Let's see if I can get it right. All right, look at that, right down the center. I don't know if you guys saw that. All right, let's spot lock right here for a second. And we're just gonna fish this slow. Yesterday, I mean, it was a slow day, so today we're gonna slow things down a little bit. If you take a look, there's a few clouds out in the sky now, but just a little while ago, there were no clouds. It was just straight bluebird skies. All right, so we're gonna switch things up. We're going to fish these docks first, you know, see what type of reactions and things like that, see if we get any play from these docks. If not, then we're gonna take off and go offshore for a quick minute again. Then I'll show you guys a little more of the electronics and stuff like that again, like we did yesterday. All right, let me show you that shaky head in just a second. Burning Season says Garmin 2D and side scan and mapping is junk, though, but the forward-facing sonar is superior. All right, let's see. Thank you for liking Thailand. In my hometown, the snakehead fish are very big. Oh yeah, I've seen those things. Look like little monsters with all those teeth. So do people eat those? Do people eat the snakehead fish? I'm thinking that they do, since they're so abundant in some places. I'm pretty sure somebody's figured out how to cook them up and make them nice and crispy. All right, the Burning Season says Zaldane gave up his sponsor with Humminbird to switch to Garmin. Oh yeah, those guys are fishing for a living. They have to go to wherever the money is at. If you want me to use it, pay me is what they need to do, because those guys, that is their living. So this water is very clear too. A lot of times what I really like to do if I'm going to be fishing docks is I'll run until I find some murky water. Something with less visibility. Curtery says past weekend did good on underspin and the bass were suspended. Oh yeah, we found some suspended bass yesterday. Problem was they did not want to play. They didn't want to cooperate. So we had to change things up. Let's head back here into this cut real quick. Go back here and fish this. Now this is very shallow, so I'm already in 8 feet of water. I can see the bottom very easily over there. All right, so let's see what we got. Oh my goodness, guys. We had a fish on there, but it actually kind of looked as though it could have been a brim, and it came off. So I don't know if you guys could see that or not, but we did have a little fish on. It wasn't anything big. All right, Dave is on the kayak side of things. He said, does anybody have a good recommendation for a decent sonar for a kayak? Just want to see depth, structure, and temp for the most part. Yeah, so does anybody have any suggestions for the kayak man in the chat? Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you have not hit the like button, please take a minute to double tap your screen. It definitely does help the channel. And also consider subscribing. We have a lot of good content, a lot of good things going on this channel. We also do live on the water tournaments where you guys can watch the same way you see me out here on the lake live. The view will just be a little different because you actually see the entire, from the viewer's perspective, you'll see the entire angler, see his, the rods, reel, everything that he's using, where he's fishing at, all that kind of stuff. And the anglers interact with each other. So we may have one of those coming up this weekend. Just getting some things together to see, but make sure you guys subscribe so that way you do receive the notifications. All right, Dave, you have some recommendations coming into the chat. If you have any other questions, just make sure you put that in the chat so the guys can give you some tips. All of you kayak guys out there. I mean, we have quite a few people that come in and fish on the kayak side of things, so I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat can help you out with that. I do not own or have never fished out of a kayak before, so I would not be able to help you with that. But like I said, I'm pretty sure there's somebody who can. We have a nice crowd in the chat. All right, got that one way back under that dock. So we'll just post up for a minute and see if we can get a fish to come over and introduce itself to my wacky rig. All right, let's see. Big Ivy Fishing says it has forward-facing sonar. Plug and play. All right, good job. Good deal, guys. Yeah, make sure you continue to drop some great information in the chat. Make sure you guys continue to help each other out. Always a good thing to network. You never know who is in the chat and what type of experience everybody has. Curtery says, do you guide? No, sir, I do not guide. I just come out here and fish and have some fun. Hanging out with my YouTube crew, my fishing fam, seeing how you guys are doing. You said, come on, man. You know I need to be out here charging for some guide trips. No, man, I just come out here and have a little fun with it. I mean, I just come out here, do my thing, do some tutorials and stuff like that. You know, there's I've been getting a lot of people that have been, you know, wanting assistance with their electronics. So I may start doing that for some people, you know, coming out and helping them get those set up. But other than that, the whole guide thing, nah, that's not really for me. But electronics, setup and helping people out with that, that's something I may do. Timothy Turner said he was on Lanier yesterday, caught him on docks. And that's exactly what I was saying. I mean, generally, because this water down here, can you see this water, Timothy, how clear this is? I'm guessing that it's probably has a little more stain or a little more color to it than what I'm fishing down here on these docks, which makes it a lot, you know, a lot more difficult. I just felt a little tap. We're gonna stick to it. We're gonna fish this cove out. Just gonna hit these docks with a little bit of shaky head action, some wacky rig action, depending on what kind of cover and stuff like that we're seeing. All right, Curtery Goodwin says, are you tossing a wacky rig? Yes, sir. That's what I'm throwing right now, a wacky rig. All right. Let's see. Man, that looks like a good area right there, but now it'll be hard to get us to skip this from this angle back through there. Yeah, I figured I'd get blocked with that. So the docks that have, goodness gracious, the docks that have good cover are also some of the hardest ones to get your bait back into on this lake. So if you take a look at that, look at the small openings that you have there. So that was a decent one, but didn't go back as far as I want. All right, Curtery says, I was wondering, how did he become so successful at a young age? So who are you guys talking about? Who's the success story in the chat? Go ahead and share that success story for everybody. All right, all right. Kirby said you. That's funny. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see. What was Big Ivy talking about? He says to drop a little lesson about money. Money wasn't it. Oh, goodness, guys. Here we go. We're getting some taps down there. We're getting some taps. Must have been a brim or something like that because it just hit it a few times. Hit it and quit it. He says money was an aircraft carrier technician. I'll let him explain it more in detail. So no, I wasn't an aircraft carrier technician. I was in the Air Force. So I ran radar systems and trained fighter pilots and bombers and things like that. All right, let's see. Kind of like video game, kind of like what we're doing right now, kind of like video game fishing. So it was video game simulated warfare is what we were doing. All right, let's see. Curtis says on the water every day, relaxing. Love the humbleness. Oh man. Oh, we have somebody in here says love. Let me see. I want to be a pilot. Oh yeah, if you set your mind to it, go ahead and make it happen. It's all kind of opportunities out there for everybody. So yeah, Curtis, one thing I would suggest is to buy some real estate and keep it. Don't sell it. I made a mistake of selling some of mine. And if I had kept it, man, oh man, the amount that those places are worth now that I look back on, if I had just kept those places and rented those things out. All right, we have Leo checking in, says, have you caught anything? I have not caught anything yet. So we're sticking to a game plan. So we've been rolling for about an hour. So what I'm doing right now is this is all new water, guys. So I'm just out here scouting around, trying some different things. What I told you yesterday is that I will come out here today because of the weather. See, we have a few clouds coming into play now, but it's pretty much bluebird skies. And look at that sun. That sun is shining bright. So it's making things a little more difficult. Now take a look at this. Could that be an indication? Can you guys see those guys way out there offshore? So we're gonna stick to it for a minute. We're gonna go ahead and stick to these docks. And then once I finish fishing the row of docks that I showed you guys, then we're gonna head offshore a little bit and see if those fish are still finicky like they were yesterday. So we were able to find those fish, but getting them to commit to a bite was not happening. So that was the problem. All right, Teddy, I'm throwing a wacky rig right now. All right, Dave says, yeah, thank you for your service. Appreciate that. All right, let's see. Curtis says, okay, I actually got some at a good rate during COVID, so thanks for that advice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For me, I would say if you get some real estate, keep it. If you can keep it and rent it out and just hold on to it, make that a part of your retirement plan or whatever, that's the thing to do. I have some places that I had bought some years ago that I wish I had never sold. I remember I bought a townhouse, a whole townhouse, $15,000. And then I sold it for like 34 or something like that. I felt good because I doubled my money at the time. But now that thing is worth like 200 and something. Dave says, I keep telling my kids to invest in land, tackle, and ammo. All right, good deal. Curtis says, on Lanier, your biggest fish will come offshore. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to come inshore a little bit. But, I mean, hey, sometimes you'll run up on these largemouth and pull up on a 6-something pound largemouth. I mean, there's guys out here that are catching like 9. I think somebody caught a 9-pounder a few months back. That was a largemouth out here. All right, we have somebody checking in from Russia. What is going on? What kind of fishing do you guys do in Russia? Do you do bass fishing out there? What kind of fish do you have? So we had somebody checking in from Thailand, said they're out there doing their snakehead fishing. All right, we have Mary tuning in. What's going on, Mary? Good to see you checking in. Curtis says, it's October. Get back on the topwater fluke. Where you at right now? I'm at Lake Lanier. We have Rob checking in. Good to see you. Curtis says, could triplet. I sold mine about a mile of Georgia. Oh, man. How long did, I mean, yeah, that area built up quick. All right, Stephen Wimpy says, is there any way to widen your field of view? So with the way that this one is set up, the field of view is not going to be that wide. Actually, I could adjust it. Let me see. I think once it's started, but you know, I'm trying a few different things out to see how, you know, what people like to see. Maybe what I do at the end of this stream, maybe I'll just try one for like 20-30 minutes or something like that, and just change the view to see how that works out. But right now, like the views and everything, people that are tuning in, it seems like this is working pretty good. But yeah, I definitely don't have a problem with trying a different view. All right, let's see. What else do we have? So Don Bart says, yes, this is a herring lake. Curtis says, let me see, some drone shots will be awesome since you... Hey, I do not have a drone. That would be nice to have, though. That'd be a whole new different hobby. Getting out here trying to learn how to use a drone along with all the different technology and stuff that's going on. But yeah, there's people out here that definitely use drones. I've been out here before where I look up and I actually saw a drone. Somebody was watching me with a drone while I was fishing. Oh man, the chances. Okay, there we go. Good cast, right down the side of that dock. All right, so we're almost out. So let me spotlight real quick so I can take my time with this cast. All right, so now let's take a look. We have fished all of these docks back through here. So we're almost out of this cove. I know some of you guys are saying go back offshore. People were wanting me to try inshore. So yeah, really, I think for the location I'm at, the shallow water bite fishing these docks probably will not be as good because of the clarity of the water. I mean, this water is super clear down here, guys. And like Timothy was saying, he was fishing farther north to where there would be a little more color, a little more stain to the docks. I mean, to the water. All right, so now I'm just doing a little more looking than casting. Just check that right there. Is that a wire going across there? Okay, it was not. All right, so let me just spotlight real quick and we'll fish this dock. Has a nice little cover to it, so we'll skip under there 1 or 2 times, see if there's any fish back there hanging out in the shade. All right, Don Barks hit the like button. Really appreciate it, guys. Okay, we're looking pretty good on the likes. We're almost at 70. Can we get about 7 more likes? Let's see if we can hit 70 likes from this live stream, guys. All right, Curtis says, can't believe it's not one on that dock. It could be. It could be one down there. I'm just not catching it. You never know. You never know. All right, there we go. We just got a hit, guys. Felt like a decent tap, but it did not take it. So let's just take it. So you guys kind of see that action on there. See, I'm just barely shaking it. I'm fishing it real slow because these fish have not been, you know, they haven't been very active for me at least. And like I was explaining yesterday, it's one of those timing things. All right, Big Ivy says you actually at 96 likes. How many likes are you guys seeing on here so far? I'm not seeing 96. All right, we have Rob hit me with the like. Really appreciate that. How many likes do you guys see? Drop the number of likes. How many? When you hit that like button, what number like were you, Rob? Let me know. Let me know. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and if you do hit the like button, drop the word like in the chat and then put the number of like you were whenever you hit the like button. Curtis says, Okay, 67. Okay, yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing we're at 67 likes. Let's see how long it'll take us to hit 70. We're rolling. All right, got that cast right under there. I don't know if you guys could actually see me skip that under there. So we're just gonna post up for a minute, let it sink down. So in a tournament situation, man, this would be a killer having to fish this slow because time is moving fast. You know, other guys are out there catching fish and everything. So if this was a tournament, I would have taken off from here a long time ago. I would not have even finished fishing out this entire dock. But since I'm out here hanging out, we're having a little fun with it. I'll stay out here a little longer. Big obviously is my bad. I mean 76 people with 68 likes. There we go. Sounds good. All right, want to give a big shout out to Big Mike. He is the sponsor of today's live stream. He hit the channel with the $2 super chat. And also want to give a big shout out to the Money Team. Those are the guys that you see like Big Ivy that have that badge right next to their name. Those are the members of the channel. And I refer to them as the Money Team. All right, so I got this. I skipped this way back under this area that time. We're sitting in 19 feet of water. Not really, I can't really tell how far back that went whenever I skipped it back there. But it is a no-go. No bites. No bites. Okay, now I see a little something out here on my imaging. So let's slow it up and take a look out there and see what that was. Yeah, I'm seeing something. Okay, we'll make a cast over there to it. See what it does. It's kind of deep though. About 20 feet, so we'll hit that with a shaky head. How about that? All right, so there we go. There's my bait coming down right here. It hit right just below a little under 70 feet. All right, Clint Perry says we are at 70. Good deal, really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in and supporting the channel. Tom Meek says 68. Curtery says 70. Clint Perry says 70. All right, good deal. We're rolling. All right, so we fished all of these docks, and guess what kind of bites I got? I received some bites from about, what, 2 or 3 brim? I may have got a bite from a bass, but I mean, it just hit it one time, but didn't really take it. Those other bites, I could tell they definitely weren't from bass, though. And that's what we're out here fishing for. Shout out to AJ Washer, says, I'm new. You're welcome. Welcome to the channel. We're out here just trying to catch a few fish, having some lunchtime fun. Did you hit the like button for me? And also, are you a subscriber? If you are a new subscriber and you just subscribed to the channel today, type the word subscribe in the chat. Let's welcome some new subscribers to the channel. Who do we have that is tuning in that is a new subscriber? All right, guys, we're gonna fish these last 2 docks, and then we're gonna head back out to an offshore bite and see what's going on, see what's cracking. All right, did you guys see it? Got a nice cast under that dock. We're just gonna let it soak. We're sitting in about 14 feet of water, so that water under there maybe about 6 feet back to where I just cast it to. We're just waiting to see if there's any activity. See if we see this line jump or just see it swimming off. All right, AJ Washers, hit us with the subscribe. Really appreciate it. DL Peck said, just got back. Any keepers? No, sir. I kept a few bites and that's about it so far. So what we're doing is we're finishing up fishing these last 2 docks. I told you guys I was going to fish out this entire cove. Some people were wanting me to go and fish shallow, throwing a few different techniques for shallow water fishing. So I broke out this wacky rig for you. Let's get one more good cast under there. That wave got me that time, so I didn't get it under there. All right. All right, let's see if I can get it under there. Third time's a charm. Let's see. Didn't go back as far as I wanted. I want to make one more cast under there, so let's get it to where we need it to be. Let me just double check my hook. And this thing is bent up from skipping these docks and hitting these walls. So let's straighten that back out just a little bit. And again, these hooks are just my practice hook, guys. My practice hooks. So I don't want to beat up my tournament tackle. So I put on these cheaper hooks. All right, so that one went under there pretty good. So we'll check it out and see what happens. We have one more dock to go, and then after that, we're going offshore, fellas. But you know, I haven't tried the offshore bite today, so that, I mean, things change from day to day. So even though they weren't on the bite for me offshore yesterday, that may have been the ticket for today. So let's go ahead and fish this last dock. Then we're gonna go out and we're gonna get into some electronics, get into the electronics game. Now those guys out there offshore have been out there for quite a while. I'm saying offshore, they're out by a buoy marker, so it's probably a hump or something out there that they're fishing. We're gonna fish this last dock, and then we're gonna be out there doing the same thing. Oh yeah, and they're out there on a long point. Now the location of this dock says it's a good place to be. It's right on a point, has some nice shade to it. All right, look at that. Great cast. Good looking dock, location, everything looks good. And no takers. All right, so that means we have word our welcome on the shallow water bite. So now let's go offshore a little bit. Let's see what things. So we'll definitely see some fish. We'll definitely find some fish. Right now, I haven't really been seeing too much activity out here on these shallow water docks. And it could be because of the location. I mean, it's a lot of clear water out here, and I generally don't like to fish clear water, but didn't want to make the run today. But we're gonna change it up. Still showed you guys a few different techniques, a few different baits. So we're still getting it done, having some fun. All right, let's check out this point. So I'm just looking at my mapping. Like I said, we're in all new water today, so I'm gonna go out here and just take a look at this point and see if there's any fish out here relating to this little rocky point. So you see those rocks out there? So those rocks kind of extend out a little bit. We're in 10 feet of water, so we're gonna head out, go out to about 20, 30 feet of water, look around, and there we go. I already start seeing the fish, guys. I already started seeing them as soon as I started going out deeper. All right, let's see. That about 15 feet out, so that's some good cover right there. All right, so let's get this 360 cracking. We're gonna fish this point, and there's some rocks out here. So with that 360, it'll show me right where those the edges of those rocks are, where we can make some good casts and everything. All right, there we go. So that's the cast I want to make, straight out that way. And we'll stick to the bottom on this. So let's go to a shaky head, and I'll show you guys on that 360 in just a second. Let's get that cast out there first. So looking on that imaging, I can see you know, kind of that cover and stuff right there. But if you take a look on the 360 itself, you can see all of these rocks and everything. I have it set out to 60 feet out, but just going straight out that way from me, there's a lot of rocks and things out there, and I can see some fish kind of moving around. So we're gonna hit it up and see what we can see. All right, we have Artis. He says he subscribed. Do you have any advice on how to start a channel? Yes, sir. I would say to start recording videos immediately. Start off with putting some shorts together, like 15 to 20-second clips. Do not make them long at all. If you just go to my channel and look at shorts, and just take a look at how I did some of those clips that are like 15 to 20 seconds long. They get a few thousand views on them. People seem to like those, and that's a good way to start out. And then as you get a little better feel for it, just use your phone. Just use your phone for your camera on your phone. Don't go out and get all that fancy stuff. Just make some nice, simple videos to get things rolling. You'll start getting a few subscribers. And then from there, once you get a little more comfortable with it, you can start recording videos. The video editing is going to take a little bit more time. So that's why I was saying to get started, just do those shorts, because you don't want to spend 4, 5, 6, 8 hours just trying to edit a video. And then that video gets like 10 or 20 views or maybe 2 views. You just never know. So I would start off doing those shorts just to get a little feel for getting the channel going. And then, just try to do a video like for the first month. Just try to do like 2 videos for that month, just so you get a feel for the process. But in the meantime, just keep doing those shorts. Those shorts will be the thing that give you the biggest return on your time for right now if you're just getting started. Hope that helps you out. Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate this, hitting that subscribe button. All right, so we're kind of hung up in these rocks. So I'm just trying to get up here. Hopefully I don't have to break this off. Hate having to break off when I'm just out here having a little fun. Nothing serious. All right, so I showed you guys all these rocks. Let me show you again. So take a look on this 360. You can see all these rocks here. I'm currently sitting in 10 feet of water. Looking up at the live imaging, I can see some fish out here kind of moving around. But these aren't really big fish out there by any means. Let's get another cast out there right on the outside edges of these rocks. All right, no problem, artists. Good luck out there. All right, Wit says, I've been doing shorts. It's not working for me. I don't know why. All right, so yeah, I would just go to my channel and take a look. Just click on shorts and see what you think. See what you think about those in comparison to the ones that you've been doing, and let me know what you think. All right, there we go, guys. There we go. Got fish number 1. Fish number 1 on the rocks. Doesn't feel like it's a real big one, but it's gonna have a little bit of weight on him. Can you see the way that the rod is bending? I think I explained that to y'all yesterday. That's what we call the bendation, the MoneyBass bendation. All right, gotta keep him away from that trolling mode. He's trying to fight. He's not that big, but he's a fighter. He's a fighter. All right, let's go ahead and flip him to the boat, guys. Oh, he's trying to pull some drag. He's like, no, buddy, I don't want to come up there yet. I want to stay in this water. All right, there we go. There we go, guys. All right, there we go. Who was that was asking about the shaky head? So there we go. A quarter ounce shaky head on the rocks. I think that's like a watermelon color. Let's go ahead and hit the spotlight. Well, we're already on spotlight. So you guys pretty much saw what I did. I found some rocks on a rocky point and just kind of threw that to the edge of those rocks where the water was a little bit deeper. All right, so you guys know how we do. Look at the nice, pretty colors on there. Look at the colors on that fish. It's a nice one. Nice, pretty spotted bass. And another thing about spotted bass for people who do not know, they have a little patch on their tongue. Can you guys see that patch right there? Feels like a little patch of sandpaper. All right, and what I'm gonna do is put this fish in the live well for just a few minutes so you guys can make some guesses to see how big you think this fish is. This board goes to a little over 15 inches. This fish, let's see, let's go ahead and lay him down since he's kind of curling up on me. Help you guys with your guess. So this fish is right at 15 inches. Can you see that? That tail is touching right at 15 inches. So that's a 15 incher. So that's the scale and that's the fish. All right, so in the chat, what do you think the weight of this fish is? Let me just show you a stomach real quick. All right, there we go. Look at the stomach on that fish. Has some nice size to it. All right, so go ahead and drop your guesses in the chat. We're gonna drop this fish in the live well for just a little bit. Let it hang out with us and then we will release it. We do catch and release over here. All right, but I put him on a cold tag so you guys got to see that fish down there. All right, so that one was relating to the bottom. So does anybody have any questions? All right, you guys are already putting some guesses in the chat. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Wit says, yay, finally. All right, let me see. Watching from Ireland. We have Ireland back in the chat again. Were you on here the other day? If not, we had somebody else from Ireland watching too. All right, good deal, good deal. All right, Kyle says, MoneyBass got one. Oh, yeah, I picked one off. I had to get him. Adept says, oh, snaps. I must be good luck. Appreciate that. All right, let's go as soon as I join. All right, yeah, so make sure you guys start putting your guesses in the chat. I'm going to give you some time. So we are at 83 likes. When we hit 90 likes, I'm going to come back here, take that fish back out of the live well, and we're going to weigh it. We're going to weigh it using this bubble scale. So we're going to put that fish on the scale and see how much it weighs and see who is the closest to guessing that weight. Once we get up to 90 likes. Oh man, you guys are already hitting the like button. Let me get back out here and cast a few more times while you guys are making your guesses and while you're hitting that like button. And I'll show you guys basically all that I did to locate and catch that fish. You saw we already went through and fished a bunch of docks. It wasn't really paying off for me, so I knew we had to change some things up. So I headed out to a little bit deeper water and I found some rocks. I then turned on my 360 and I can see right at the edge of these rocks. So they're about 60 feet out, right out that way. And if you look at the bank, you can see some rocks right here. So I'm casting right over along the side edges of these rocks where I saw a little bit of movement from these fish at. So let's throw over there one more time. Maybe there's some more roamers over there. Maybe there's some more over there that want to come and take a bite. All right, so let's see. While we're doing that, I'll hop into the chat. All right, Dave looks like he was first up with 2.1 pounds. Greg says a 3-pounder. Adept says 2.5 pounds is all I'm giving. Stephen Wimpy hit me with the 1 pound. Oh, man, come on, Wimpy. Why you doing me like that? Bill Meek says 1.73. Grim Vino says 1.6. Wit says 3.7. Oh, my goodness, you think it's one of those big dogs. All right, let's see. Clint Perry says 1.15. Steelen says 1.83. DL Peck says 1.9. See, the bendation gets me every time. Nice spotted bass. All right, Jason says 2.02. All right, Wit says thanks for the advice. Yeah, come back and let me know how it works out. All right, Chauncey says 1 soldier down. All right, Greg says I said 3 pounds. Gotcha. All right, yeah, so go ahead and double tap that screens. Give us a few more likes. We are at 88 likes. Once we get 2 more likes, then we're going to go ahead and get the weight on. We're going to weigh that fish. And I want you guys in the chat to keep a tally on these weights. We can see who actually wins for today. All right, let's see. Don Bart says, thanks for your service. Really appreciate that, sir. Adept says 2.12. Wit is 2.9. Okay, all right. Grim is 1.6. Fred Dyer is in the chat at 1.98. Vic is at 2.0. Who is that? Soren says 5 kg. I don't know the conversion. Adept says it's not 3. No way, Jose. Nah, it's not 3. I can tell you guys that. Greg says it's 91 pounds. You caught a shark. You caught a great white out here. It's a 91 pounder. A big old catfish. All right, Whit says, come on, guys. Just 2 more likes. All right, let's see. Somebody said kilos. Someone says, okay, he put kilos. Somebody do a conversion. What's the conversion for that? All right, we are at 91 likes. Now, that was quick. All right, and that was a fish that came kind of shallow. All right, so you got a Big Ivy came in. He says 2.1. All right, we have Soren from Denmark checking in. All right, so like I said, I'm going to need some help. I'm going to need some help with the calculations on these. You guys saw the guesses. Can I make one more cast? And then we're going to weigh in? One more cast? All right, one more cast. One more cast and we're going to weigh it. Just want to see if anybody else wants to put their guess in. I showed you guys the fish. So what we're going to do, I just give you guys another minute or two to see if anybody else wants to make a guess. All right, we have Yeah Buddy. Yeah Buddy, who is that? Ron Coleman, the ex bodybuilder. You say Yeah Buddy. All right, Whit says yes. All right, one more cast. All right, King says jig it slow. I've noticed we never get to guess on a big fish. Oh man, what's going on, Clint Perry? You all right, Clint, I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna get you, Clint. All right, let's see. Whit says this is exciting. Adept Angling says it's never one more cast. I ain't falling for it. That's what I said, Big Ivy. All right, guys. All right. This is really this is the one more cast. So I'm fishing it kind of slow. The likes are looking decent. We're at 92 likes. I see a show marker up there. Maybe we're going to try a show marker after this one. We have 3 docks right here, but like I said, these docks are not productive, so I don't even really want to waste time going to these docks. All right, so I can feel that shaky head just kind of bouncing across these rocks right now. We have Yeah Buddy says just subscribe. Really, really appreciate it. And if anybody else has just subscribed today, any new subscriber, just put new subscriber in the chat. Just want to make sure we always give credit where credit is due. Welcome to the channel. We try to get together at least once a week live on the water. I think I've been out here, twice this week so far, live on the water. Then we did the in-studio live stream. Those are Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And there may be a live on the water tournament. If we have a live on the water tournament, Yeah Buddy says, yeah, I'm a new subscriber. All right, Whit, are you changing up your guess? Says 2.5 is the final guess. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. All right, somebody hit me with the drum roll. We're gonna see what this fish weighs. I'm gonna hold it up one more time. Now, I need you guys to be on the lookout. See if anybody has put 5 or 6 guesses in here and keeps changing their weight. Keeps changing their weight. All right, you hear him? He's like, hey, let me out of here. All right, there's that fish in there, guys. All right, I'm gonna hold it up to the all right, we're gonna hold it on the measuring board one more time, and then we're gonna get a weight. I'll tell you guys right before I weigh it, I will share with you what my guess is. So this fish is right at 15 inches. This is a 15-inch board. So if you take a look, this fish is just about the same size as that board. All right, so that's a 15-inch fish. Let me show you guys the stomach on this fish. Sometimes that helps out. All right, King says 1 pound, 2 ounces. Grim says 1.6. All right, so you see it right there. See that nice stomach? See the nice width on there? All right, what do you guys think? All right, so my guess is going to be 1.8. I'm going with 1.8, guys. All right, so let's zero the scale in. Let's make it official. All right, we're going to turn the scale on. Let me get it. All right, you guys see that it's zeroed out? All right, I said 1.8. Trey came in with the 1 pound, 1.4 ounces. Let's see. I said 1.8. Let's take a look. Oh, I was a little high. All right, lock it in at 162. Now I'm gonna go back through here. Uh-oh, Grim was at 1.6. Grim, did you get it? All right, guys, check the chat. Did Grim get it at 1.6? All right, so let me show you the fish and show you the scale. 1.62, and there's the fish, guys. All right, and somebody, Wit, I think it was Wit, that was asking me about doing these shorts. I'll show you how I do these shorts real quick. And actually, what I'll do is I'll make this short right now while we're live, and we can upload it, and then we'll just take a look by the time we finish and see how many views it gets. How about that? All right, so I'm going straight in here to YouTube. Click short. All right, so here we go. So this is a live short that is being recorded right now. All right. Oh my goodness, look at the eyes. Look at the mouthpiece. This was a nice one. Let's go ahead and let it go back home and tell everybody how much fun it had hanging out with MoneyBass. Now, is this fish gonna jump? Oh, it didn't jump, but it sped off like a road runner. All right, so there we go. That's a live. You guys saw it live and in action. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and create this short right now while we're on the phone. Now, is this fish gonna jump? All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna put a title in here. Let's put eyes. Let's put why is it so mad? Why are you so mad? All right, let's get a good thumbnail on that. All right, so this is for the people that were just asking about doing their shorts. So we're gonna go through here and make, let's see. What do you guys think? There we go. Look at that nice splash. Like, what is that? All right, so we'll try that out. Go ahead and save that. Make it public. Why are you so mad? We need to let them know that this is bass fishing. Drop a hashtag on there and bam, upload. Just that quick and easy. It is done. All right, so now you guys can, go to that short. If you go to that short and just drop a comment on there. Just any comment will do. And then just wait a few hours and come back and take a look, and let's just see how the how that short is doing. So Wit, are you still in the chat? Hopefully that helped you guys out that were asking that question. All right, so yeah, Buddy says, can you show us your boat? Yes, sir. We will do a quick tour of the boat. King Mufasa says 2 phones. Oh yeah, I got 2 phones. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we have. Adept that says, are you broadcasting or can you live broadcast from GoPro? So yeah, you can do it from GoPro, but I don't use a GoPro. Let me see. Do you have 2 phones? Yes, sir. 2 phones. Appreciate y'all. That's a good fish. Weight in the, let me see. Weights in the fish. We have weights in fish. All right, so I'm looking at okay, so Grim did get the win. I see you guys confirming it. Shout out to Grim. Grim is the winner. Grim knows his fish. Grim, are you a fisherman? Or do you just have a lucky eye? How did you know that fish was going to be at 1.6? All right, so I see you guys in the chat are confirming that Grim is the winner. Fred says, I need some editing classes. So I gave you guys a quick editing class. Did you guys see it? All right, so yeah, it's not uploaded yet. It'll take it'll take a few minutes for it to for YouTube to process it and put it up there. But it will be live. It will be live and in action. Just take a look at it once it comes up and let me know what you think. Let me see, is it up there yet? All right, so it is now live. It is live. You should be able to see it now. All right, so we're gonna keep on rolling. We're gonna ease around the corner. Ease around this corner real quick. All right, so now, do you guys want to head offshore? Grim says, I fish damn near every day. Okay, all right, so Grim knows his thing. So do you fish for food or fish for fun, Grim? Oh, the boat. All right, really appreciate that. Yeah, Buddy said, let me see that boat, man. All right, so let's start off up here up front. Let me just show you guys what I have on this trolling motor. So let me just pull this up real quick. So that's an Ultrex trolling motor. Right here is where I generally have my target lock, but I took that off, sent it back in. They're going to replace it for me because there was an issue with the shielding on the cable. All right, so on the trolling motor itself, I have a 360. This is the circular thing right here. I'll show you guys what that 360 is in just a second. So that is the 360. Right here, this little square thing, that is the live imaging transducer. And this big torpedo looking thing, that is the trolling motor. So that's how I control the boat from the front of the boat. All right, so now let's hit spot lock. This is the foot pedal that controls the trolling motor. So I have a 12-inch Humminbird Helix unit right here. This is what my live imaging looks like. I have that on pallet 13. Down here is the 360. It kind of looks like a radar. That's that circular thing that was on the boat. And it kind of shows you the contours down on the bottom. So that's how I was able to locate those rocks. And actually, let's just go in a little closer over those rocks so you can see some better pictures from that 360 as it updates. All right, there we go. So we'll lock right there. I'll let that 360 update, and then I'll come back and show you guys that. All right, so on the deck, let's see. I have 2 bait casters on this side and a spinning reel. What do I have on the other side? I have 3 spinning reels on this side. And so it really just depends on what technique I'm going to be using as to what rod, reel, setup, and everything like that I have. I am running a Nitro Z20. So this is a Nitro Z20 with a 250 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke motor on the back. All right, so at the deck, at the console, let me just flip around real quick. I have a 10-inch Helix on this side. This side is a 9-inch Helix. It is currently sitting right down there. I don't have it connected right now. I'll probably just connect that later. Down here in this section, I have 2 additional rods just in case. A lot of times whenever I'm fishing, I will take the rods off of the deck that I'm not using and just store those down here. All right, and going around to the back, I have shallow water anchors. These are called talons. You can control these with a remote that will actually drop down in 10 feet or less of water. I can anchor down, and this is the Mercury 250 4-stroke motor right there. So this boat gets up to around 70 miles per hour or so, just depending on how much gas you have. You can go a little bit slower, a little bit faster, depending on how much weight and everything is in the boat, how you have the prop set up, all that kind of stuff. And that's about it. So that is about it. All right, Jorge says, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, says, did you say deck? Yes, on the deck. So this is called the deck of the boat up here. So this is the front deck, and then that is, I guess you could consider the back deck area where the co-angler would be. All right, so Big Ivy says, don't forget to tell them about the jack plate. Oh, you want to know about that jack plate? All right, so that motor is on a jack plate. So if you look at this down here, this is what the motor is attached to. So that is controlled by one of these levers up here. This lever over here will allow that motor to go up and down. So that is the jack plate. All right. Let's see what else you guys have to say in the chat. Again, big shout out to Graham. He won the guess the weight, the guessing game. All right. Yeah, Buddy says, thanks for showing us everything. All right, where am I at? I am on Lake Lanier in Georgia. All right, Cal says, thanks for explaining. All right, so let's hop back out here. All right, we have a little bit more time. Let's go ahead and just hit something offshore. So for anybody that is just tuning in, you can see how these electronics work. All right. And I have to strap these rods down. I have lost rods live before while we were out on the water because I forgot to strap them down. Watched one of them fly right off of the boat. Another one, I didn't realize it had fallen off of the boat until I went and re-watched. I was at home trying to find the rod, couldn't find it. I went back and started watching some of the video and actually saw it fall off of the boat during a replay of my video. All right, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and get rolling. Get that Mercury cranked up. Pro Delta says it's lagging a little bit. Yeah, the reception may have went bad on me. All right, so what we're gonna do is just make a quick run. We're gonna go offshore. All right, guys, look at that. We hit 100 likes. Appreciate you guys for participating and hitting that like button, and also for all the new subscribers for today. Really, really appreciate it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over and see if we can find some fish offshore and put some of these offshore baits to work. They have been kind of finicky, so you just never know what you get out here on the lake, guys. They're fish, so they don't always cooperate with what you want them to do. All right, so we're gonna head around. Just bear with me as I'm running. I'll kind of pan around to the left and right so you guys can check out the scenery. All right, so take a look at how things have changed since we came out here. You see all those clouds in the sky now? When we first came out here, it was just straight bluebird skies. So if that sun gets covered up a little bit, it'll definitely help that top water bite, which is what I really like to do. But let's go ahead and get moving. So we're taking off, gonna get on plane. We should only be running for about maybe like 2 minutes or something like that. It's not gonna be that long, guys. All right, Wit. I saw Wit dropped a quick like and comment on that new short that I just put out, so I responded back already. So that's quick and easy, quick and simple. That's how it goes. All right, let's see. Grim says from Ohio. All right, yeah. So in the chat, Stephen Wimpy says you don't have to go that fast, Wimpy. I was only going about 50, about 52. I wasn't going fast, or do you consider that fast? All right, so in the chat, drop where you're from. Let's see how many different locations we have in the chat. Where are you guys from? All right, let's see. What is that? No, Chino says, what lake is this? We are on Lake Lanier. All right, Brendo says, I'm from Kentucky. I'm out here making a living in Kentucky. All right, good deal. All right, who do we else do we have checking in? Drop your locations in the chat. All right, so we're gonna come off of this 360 and go to mapping now. And let's get some offshore stuff ready. Let's get this top water. Let's get this drop shot. Maybe we might throw a drop shot. Oh, we have this fluke. Let me just see how far I can throw this fluke. It may come into play. And actually, since I'm throwing this offshore, I like exposing this hook a little bit more. Let's get this back in there. Get that hook out of there. There we go. And before we start looking around for these fish, let me just test out a few casts on some of these things. Texas Noop, all right, from Texas, checking in. Pro Delta says Florida. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Virginia, North Carolina, Iowa, California, Kentucky. Man, you guys are from a little bit of everywhere. We have a Bostonian in the house. All right, let me just check the cast on this, see how far I can get this cast out there. It's decent. It's decent, but not as far as what I need it to be. So I may not be able to use this. Man, but it sure does look lovely. Can you see it? I don't know if you guys can see that fluke coming across the top of the water over there. Yeah, so we're gonna ease out here, ease up on some fish, see if we can get some fish to bite. I'll show you guys how it looks on the live imaging. Steve Wimpy says, I like that you keep that life vest on at all times. Oh yeah, you can see the life vest? Oh yes, sir. I always keep that life vest on. You never know what's gonna happen when you're out here on the water. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. All right, it is time. It's time to see if we can make some things happen. Oh my goodness. Let's see what's going on out there. What is that out there? Is it some fish that are going to cooperate? All right, so we have some lookers out there. So now we have to, they didn't hit that bait. So now let's try something different. So I'll show you guys in just a second what I found. But while these fish are looking like they're lined up pretty good, all right, get a good long cast out there. All right, here they come, guys. All right, they didn't hit it for me, Let's get back out there again. And let's burn this baby this time. Look at that 8-gear ratio reel. I'm burning it through there. I'm trying to make those fish come up and react to it. And let me just show you real quick. So they're all through here. There are fish everywhere out there. So that's what I was telling you guys before. We can find the fish, but then it's gonna be a matter of finding that bait that is gonna come up and make those fish get active on it. All right, let's change them up again. Let's go ahead and try that fluke on them. And just like that, they may have already left. All right, no takers, no takers. Let's change it up. I don't know if you guys can see all that action, but hey. We have UK checking in. UK strains. What's going on? All right, let's try something a little different on them. Let's go down there to where they're at. Since they don't want to come up to where I'm at, I'll make a nice long cast. Let's count it down to about 10 feet deep. Appreciate everybody for getting tuned in. Uh-oh, I hear some fish coming up on top, it sounds like. Grim says, try chatterbait. Hit him with the chatterbait and see what happens. All right, so we're gonna slow roll where we're gonna fish just a little bit faster through there. I'm trying to see if I can get these fish to give us a reaction bite. There's a lot of them down there, but getting these fish to bite is the name of the game. How deep are you fishing? I'm currently sitting in 30 feet of water. Those fish are suspended out at about 15 feet from the top. All right, they do not want that either. All right, so yeah, so they're not hitting. They're not hitting. All right, so yeah, they are not committing up top. Let's go ahead and hit them with a shaky head. See if they'll follow it all the way down to the bottom since they won't come up top. Let's make about a 60-foot cast. Bam. All right, they hit about where it needed to be. Let that fall all the way to the bottom. Go ahead and hit spot lock, and let's hop into the chat while I fish this worm. All right, who is that? Nochino says, you got a robo worm with a shaky head. Well, I do have a shaky head, but there's not a robo worm on there. This is a zoom worm. All right, let's see. Toss something and see if they'll bump it on the fall. 5-inch spoon. Oh, yeah, that spoon may work. My man. Andrew says, well, you're spending about $80,000 for a boat that will run probably 60. Yep, that's about the thing nowadays. I say once you hit about 65, you're doing pretty decent. 80 miles an hour, depending on where you're at, could be a death sentence. That'll look kind of ugly. All right, so we're offshore in the thick of things, trying to see if we can get these fish to hit this shaky head. I showed you on the screen on the live imaging. Somebody was asking about the live imaging before. So that's what we're using right now, so we can see the fish. But now we have to cycle through a few different baits. Really don't have that much time once you locate those fish before they know that you're there and they're like, nah, partner, you should have caught us on that first cast, because we're not going to cooperate. All right, Nick says, what are you trying to catch? We're out here catching spotted bass today. So we only got one to the boat today. We've been out here for what, about 2 hours, guys? Something like that. Feels like I may be tangled in some line or something down there. All right, I heard some fish schooling offshore. All right, so what we're gonna do, so yeah, I'm hung up on something. So these fish, oh man, I see them schooling out there. Let's go ahead and get this other bait ready. And I don't know if you guys saw the lesson that I learned a few weeks back. Well, probably about 2 weeks ago. I actually cast 2 lines out into the water at the same time, and a fish came up and grabbed my bait on one of the rods that I had just put down and took off with it. Rod and reel, everything went flying off into the lake, and that was all she wrote. So I will not be doing that again. Yeah, I think I'm hung up on some line, guys. Can I make the cast? Nope, didn't make it. All right, so those fish were schooling out there again, guys. Let me get this line set up. I'm probably gonna have to break this off. So yeah, so where I'm at right now, these fish are schooling. One of the easiest ways to catch them is actually when they're schooling and they're coming up on their own. So you're not actually having to try to draw those fish up yourself. Oh, look at that, came loose nice and easy. So now I gotta make another cast and get this untangled. All right, make sure you guys continue to get active in the chat. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're gonna see if we can get one more fish to the boat so we can see if Grim can be a 2-time winner of the guessing game for today. All right, got a good cast out of there. All right, so we're right on top of these fish now. So what I'm gonna do is drop a drop shot down here, just something straight down. Don't generally get any, don't generally catch any fish using that technique nowadays, but it's always fun to try. You never know. No Chino says, you ever tried drop shotting live night crawlers? No, sir, I have not. All right, Andrew says, I fish in a high school division for Lake Anna Elite. All right, good deal. Has your season already started? Has the high school fishing season already kicked back in yet? Oh man, I see some more fish out there schooling. Would be nice if I could get some action like that. Right by the boat when I'm ready to cast to them and all of that. That would be lovely. All right, No Chino, where are you at again? Where are you located? Los Angeles, all right. All right, Andrew says we are sponsored by Bassmasters. Good deal. All right, King Mufasa says, what is your PB bass? My PB spotted bass is a 5-pound, 11 ounce. And my PB largemouth is 8.57 pounds. All right, we have Sujan checking in, says, I am from India. All right, good deal. What kind of fishing do you do out there? All right, Tyler says the wacky worm works as well. Yeah, we were throwing that wacky worm a little earlier on those docks. So we caught one up shallow on some rocks. So now I just wanted to come out here and show you guys these electronics. So right now I'm using my sonar and I'm using my live imaging, but I'm mainly using my sonar just to track this drop shot. I'm fishing for fish that are directly under the boat right now. Generally, it doesn't really, these fish aren't really active like that. But it's one of those things where you never know. It doesn't hurt to drop it down there and see if a fish wants to come along and put his mouth on it. All right, Tyler says, where you at? I am out here on Lake Lanier in Georgia. Let's bring it back up, see if we can get some chasers. Okay, I think we got somebody following it down. If they don't hit it this time, we're going to reel this in and move just a little bit. Shout out to Grim. Grim was the winner of the, I guess we call that the guessing game, guessing the weight of that fish that was caught. Grim says, I want to see a chatterbait one time. Maybe I'll do a chatterbait next time. But I need to be in, for me, need to be in a little water that's a little more murkier. Then this has a little bit more stain to it. This water is crystal clear on this, where I'm at right now. All right, as I figured, it'd be a no-go on this drop shot. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sneak up on some other fish that I saw schooling and see if I can find those schools. See if I can find that school of fish and get them to come up and hit something on top. Yeah, that's all I want, just a good top water bite. How many fish have you caught? So today we have caught one fish. I think we've been out here for about 2 hours. We went and fished shallow. Some people wanted to see, see some dock fish and some things like that. So we went and did that for a little bit. And now we just came out here offshore. But before we did that, we went and fished a point with some rocks. I was showing everybody the 360, how that works. Went and found the area where there's some rocks on a point and caught a fish with that. All right, so I'm currently in 29 feet of water. Clint Perry says, where did I catch that 857? That 857 came from Lake Chickamauga. right, so we're trying to get out here to find these fish that are trying to hide from me. But we're gonna find them. Oh yeah, that spinnerbait, that's a nice one. I won a tournament earlier this year off a spinnerbait and a square bill. That was a pretty fun tournament. Just stayed shallow, fishing the grass line. All right, found a nice little school of fish, but they are not. They're like, nah, we don't want what you got cooking. We don't want any of that. So let's go straight at them with something different right off the bat and see what happens. All right, that was a good 90-foot cast. So these are the fish that I'm targeting right here. If you guys can see those fish, they're kind of scattered around. They're coming up towards my bait right now. Let me just kind of line back up with them. Boom, and we're gonna fish this kind of fast this time. See if we get those fish to react to it. All right, there they go. They're coming after it. And they were like, nope. I'm not going for it, buddy. All right. So that was the name of the game yesterday. The weather conditions are a little different today. We have a little more cloud cover, as you guys can see. But that sun is still shining bright. And those are some nice sized fish out there. I would love to just get one of those to the boat so you guys could check it out. All right, just making a few fan casts because these fish are kind of scattered around. Oh, there they go. There they go. They came at it, guys, but did not take it. Ah, let me just show you real quick. See them lined up? They came and followed that bait back, but look how big those fish are right there. Those are definitely some 3+, possibly 4-pound spotted bass out there. right now, they're just not feeling it. So I try to burn this through those fish so I can get them to give a reaction bite. They'll just come and grab it. All right, Pale Rider. So yeah, we got one to the boat, did the guessing game a little earlier. Grim was the winner. So we're trying to get one more. We caught that one fishing a little shallower. Like I told you guys yesterday, I'd come out here and show you a few different techniques, fishing docks and things like that. So we tried that out. They weren't really active on those docks, so I left from there and went out after some fish on a rocky point that seemed to work a little bit better. So I was able to find some activity out there and then catch one on a shaky head. All right, let's try flipping this shaky head out there to him real quick. The sun is coming out. I mean, not shaky head, drop shot. Oh my goodness. They were coming up, buddy, but yeah, they were way too far away for me. Grim said, big one incoming. All right, let's see. What is that question that you have? Stealing says, hey, Money, now that you haven't been using Target Lock, do you think it is worth the money to buy it? Man, that is a tough one. Because when we talk about worth the money to buy it, it really depends on what you are trying to accomplish. What style of fishing are you going to be doing? So I'm not using it right now, obviously. And I mean, I was fishing without it. And actually one of my subscribers purchased it for me and just sent it to me. Shout out to Sly Doggy TN. I'm very, very thankful for that. I have some very strong supporters of this channel, guys. So having it on here, it is definitely very convenient. One of the main things that I don't like about it is that extra weight. So when I'm pulling up this trolling motor, it is a lot easier now that I do not have that that Target Lock on here. But what I'm doing right now is, you see, if you take a look at these lights, I have it on spot lock right now. But it definitely allows me to, let me just drop straight down real quick. I see some fish right under the boat. It definitely allows me to stay spot locked and still just focus on fishing. It's kind of a hard one. It is a hard one to say. But anybody that I have brought on the boat, whenever I had that Target Lock on here and they saw how that worked, they were just amazed and like, oh, I have to get one. So it was something that a lot of people were very interested in. But let me see, if I did not have one, would I buy it? I guess my answer to that would be no, for the way that I fish now, because I kind of I move around a lot. But if I was going to be sitting still, and really it depends on the lake that you're going to fish too. So like this lake, generally you don't really sit still long enough. You pull up, you try to catch these fish, and then you take off. Some of the other lakes, if you're fishing a lake, I would say that, you know, maybe a little more shallow. Let's say you're fishing brush piles on that lake or something like that, to where, say a largemouth lake, where you can kind of post up and just kind of take your time with trying to catch those fish, then that may be a little more beneficial, something like that. Trying to see if I can get a reaction out of these fish. And I think that target lock, it totals around $2,000. So that's why I'm saying that I don't know if I would just buy it if I didn't already have one, because I can fish, you know, I can fish without it like I'm doing right now. I just come on and off of the spot lock. So right now I'm off of the spot lock and I'm staying in position. So you see all these fish lined up right here. I'm staying in position and I just have to adjust the trolling motor every once in a while. But today, as you see, the water is a lot more calm too. So there are days where that wind is blowing and everything, and you may need that extra help as far as being able to stay in position. So that target lock definitely helps with that. All right, so we're gonna move again because these fish are now, they're like, nah, partner, we don't wanna play your game anymore. We don't wanna participate. Yeah, they're not reacting at all. So these fish, they know I'm here. They don't want to participate. They don't want to cooperate. Let's turn back around. See, I see some guys out there. I don't know if you guys can see them, but there were some fish schooling out there a little earlier. So they kind of eased out to where they saw those fish. But the thing that I have found about that is those fish, a lot of times, are chasing bait fish. So by the time you get there, they may just be gone. All right, shout out to Milan, heading on out. All right, and do we have anybody in the chat that is a new subscriber from today? If you subscribe today, or maybe within the past week, type subscribe in the chat. Just want to get an idea because the channel has been growing very fast. So I really, really appreciate everybody that has taken the time to get active in the chat, that has subscribed to the channel. And definitely as you come in, always hitting that like button. Like I said, it really does help push the channel out. And you guys have really been supporting the channel. Really, really appreciate that. All right, we're gonna ease up on some more fish and see if we can. Let's start out with this fluke on them this time. See if we can make something happen. About 70 feet out. We'll let them get about 65. And now let's see. Still a no-go. All right, so yeah, that sun is up shining bright and heavy. Let's move to another spot real quick and let's start a countdown. We're gonna be out here for a few more minutes. We're gonna roll one more time. See if we can get one more to the boat. Yeah, the temps are starting to heat up, guys. It is about 1 o'clock right now. Oh, man. The heat is real. All right, Faith and Fishing says, Money, what's your take on Mega Live? Do you think they will release a new one? So I don't have any inside information, but my guess is that I think that they definitely will release something new. The thing that I'm waiting to see is if they come out with a live 360. That's what I'm wondering, if they're gonna come out with a live 360. Let's ease up on some more fish and see if we can get them to come up and bite. How far down do those arms go down? Let me see, what arms are you talking about? Not really sure. Faith and Fish says, Money, what's your take on? Okay, Big Mike says, any fish yet? Yes, sir. So we got one fish came off of that shaky head. We started off fishing docks today. Like I was explaining to you guys yesterday, we're going to try something a little different. That bite was still kind of dead. But I think it's mainly because the area that I'm in, the water is super clear here. So I more than likely needed to go find some water that was a little more murky. All right, Andrew says, what boat do you have? So I'm running a Nitro Z20. So you see it right there, Nitro Z20. All right, Grim said he's thinking about getting back into bass fishing. Oh, man. Man, bass fishing will make you stop fishing other species of fish and spending all your money on tackle that just looks good that you don't even want to fish with. Just you're buying it just because it looks good. I mean, it gets you caught up, man. Oh, my goodness. They're still out there schooling. Can you guys see out there? Right about it, right in there. Can you see that? I do not think I'm going to be able to make it out there. And oh my goodness, they're schooling all over the place. Let's see if can you guys see it? Put yes in the chat if you can see those fish schooling. Can you see those fish jumping out of the water out there? Man, oh man, now that was a big one. Wow, they are knocking bait fish out of the water. Oh, can you guys see it? Just put yes in the chat if you can see those fish coming out of the water, guys. I'm almost within casting range. And look, they stopped. Right when I got in casting range, guys. They're like, ha. Let's just keep jumping out of this water until he almost gets here. Man, that was terrible. One of those would have been real nice. Did you? Okay, so Grim said he saw them. So Grim saw those fish jump out of the water. No, Chino says time to chuck that fluke again. Oh yeah, if I was close enough, they probably would have hit that fluke. We're just gonna start fan casting, guys. Oh, here oh my good. Okay, got him. Got him, guys. Got him. Oh yeah, that is a good one. It's a good one. Did I get him good enough to keep him on, though? That is the thing. Do you see it? Do you see the way the rod bends? It's looking lovely. Oh my goodness, it is lovely. Today is a nice, pretty day. Nice sunny day. Let me hit the spot lock with my left foot. This is a fighter. Look at them. They're still out there schooling. He's pulling drag. He is pulling drag. Oh my goodness. There we go, guys. Do you see it? Do you see what is happening? Do you see what is happening? Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Do you see the stomach? I need the net. I need the net. I need the net. Do you see him down there swimming like a shark? One little bitty hook is in that fish. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Look at the stomach. Look at the belly. Look at the obesity. This fish is like, hey, buddy, I'm fat. I'm big. I've been eating too much. All right, don't jump. Do not jump. Look at that one little bitty hook. One little bitty hook in that mouthpiece. but I still got it to the boat. Look at that, fell right out. And look what is in its mouth. What is in that fish's mouth? Ugh, it looks like it's a crawfish. Let's go ahead and get it out of there. I'm gonna use some clampers. Let's get that crawfish out of there. Can you guys see that? Let's do some surgery. Look at the claw. Look at that claw. Let me put it on the deck for you so you can see it. It has a crawfish claw and a whole crawfish body. Look at that. Yeah. What have you been eating down there? Look at the eyeball. He's like, hey, MoneyBass, how much do you think I weigh? You know we're gonna put him on the scale. Oh my goodness, but let's hurry up and get back out there in the water because his buddies are still out there wanting something to eat. Oh, come on, just come loose for me. Oh yeah, they're still schooling. All right, what do you guys think? Just drop some weights in the chat. Did you guys see enough of it to kind of get an idea of what you think the weight of that one might be? And we're gonna do that one more again. One more again, let's see. They're looking. Oh my God, did you guys see that? Did you see what just happened? And oh my goodness, that was a monster. Oh my goodness. They're like, oh yeah, we're hungry. We're gonna bite it. We're gonna bite it right at the boat. Oh man, now that one was bigger than the one I just caught. All right, now they wanna have some fun out here. Here they come again. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. That was a big one. All right, so let's change up the bait a little bit. Let's change the bait up while they're not thinking about it. Let's see if I can get them to bite the bait that I like to catch them on. Did you guys see the explosion? Did you see that? Didn't really see it, but I'll say 2-1. So who saw the explosion? If you saw that explosion that just took place at the front of this boat, put explosion or explode in the chat. Did anybody else see what I just saw? What I just witnessed? It was amazing. All right, Grim said explode. He saw it. Grim saw the explosion. Man, it was so lovely. All right, I think we're gonna get another one, guys. All right, so let me just show you. These fish are all out here. So anybody talking about mega live, that's mega live for you. These fish are out here 90 feet out. And I can make this cast about 100 feet out. Bam, right there, right on their foreheads. Now let's see. Let's see. Oh my goodness, they're coming up on it. They're coming up on it, guys. We're gonna fire out about 3 casts back to back. We're gonna try burning this one, guys. Try a few different retrieves. That one was kind of fast. Try another retrieve. We'll do this one a little slower. Gotta hold on to this rod. You see that grip? I have a super grip on there. Because these are some super fish. Man, now that explosion was lovely. Why didn't it just bite it? All right, now I'm off of that spot lock. I'm just drifting. And I'm just gonna kind of play around with the speed of that bait and the trolling motor myself. See if I can stay lined up on these fish. All right, here comes one coming up at it. Didn't want it. All right, let's go back to Old Faithful real quick. See if they want something walking. All right, so in just a few minutes, guys, we're out here in the action right now. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna keep fishing while these fish are still active. Then I'm gonna put that fish on the scale. I should put him on the measuring board for you, put it on the scale, and let's see who can guess the weight of that fish. Now, this is a nice one. But that one that just hit and just didn't connect, now that one was even better. Man, the weight of that fish was just feeling so lovely. All right, so let's ease back up on here again. So I really want to catch one on this top water. So we have one on shaky head, one on top water. We had another one on top water that just couldn't make it to the boat. All right, what are you guys talking about in the chat? Have you ever caught anything? Yes, sir. We're out here catching a few little fishes. All right. Calero says, let's go. All right, that was a 3 that exploded. Oh, I think it was, man, I don't want to give too many hints about what I have in that live well, but I think that one that exploded may have been a little more than a 3. So we're just drifting. Giving these fish some time to get set back up. Let's try killing it and see what happens. Lanier Kayak Bassman says, money's cracking them in the overcast. Oh, yeah. Oh, you good eye. Check it out, guys. All right, now this is what he's talking about. Remember how I've been showing you we've been out here in bluebird skies? Now, look, the cloud cover has come now. Where's the sun at? The sun is right up there. You can't even see it. So, yeah, we're in cloud cover, and it changed that bite. You saw as soon as that happened, these fish really got active on top, and that's pretty much what I've been waiting for. So I did come out a little late today. If I came out a little earlier, maybe I would have caught it on that first wave and we would have got a few more fish to the boat, but we started late. We've only been rolling for, what, a little over 2 hours, I think. Pale Rider says, rattle trap time. All right, Andrew Carr says, do you fish any tournaments? Yes, sir, definitely fish tournaments. Go on YouTube and search MoneyBass Battle of the Anglers. And you will see some live tournaments that I've actually participated in where you see the other competitors live on the screen. And we're kind of going back and forth with each other too. So there's a lot of trash talk. A lot of action, a lot of fun. So yeah, I definitely fished tournaments. Just fished one, let me see, last week on Tuesday. I showed some footage of that on the last live stream on Tuesday night. I think my biggest fish was a 4-pound, 10-ounce spotted bass. But it was not enough to win the tournament because the guys that won came in with like 18-something pounds. So I wasn't able to do anything with that. Can't touch that. All right, so we'll let these fish get settled back in for a minute. All right, and let me show you. All right, so now we're going to do the weigh-in of the fish that we just caught. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna put it on the scale for you guys. We'll put it on the measuring board. Then we're gonna put it on the scale. And then we will take a look and see. Oh my goodness, look at him. Ooh, it's mad. It's a mean one. Look at the back on that thing. Look at the stomach. Ooh, come on, buddy. Don't fin me. Don't hit me with the fin. All right, oh my goodness. Look at that right there, guys. Do you see the stomach? Do you see the stomach on that fish? Do you see the crawfish in its mouth? All right, now look, what I was telling you guys a little earlier, if you take a look on their tongue, see that little patch? That patch right there, that lets you know that that is a spotted bass. But look at the girth. Look at the girth. You got to put some bass in your voice when you talk about it. Look at the girth, guys. Look at the back on him. Look at the back strap. This fish has been doing some shoulder shrugs. It hangs out in the gym. Do you see the stomach? All right, now let me just show you, just so you can get an idea. This scale, this measuring board is 15 inches long. Look how much longer, when I'm holding the mouth of that fish up on that measuring board, look how much longer this fish is than that measuring board. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how many inches I say this fish is. But you see, it's well past 15 inches. I've showed you the stomach. You see the size of the mouthpiece. It had a whole crawfish in its mouth. Still has little chunks of him in there. Look at the eyes. Look at the way it's looking at you. It's like, how much do you think I weigh? All right, go ahead and start dropping your weights down in the comments. We're gonna put him back in the live well for just a little bit longer to give you guys some time to guess your weight. And while that fish is in there, let me give him some recirculation and a little bit of water. All right, there he goes, down there relaxing, getting some oxygenation going on. All right, so make sure you guys get active in the chat. Drop your guesses on the weights. Now take a look at this. This is what that fish was eating on. Do you see what color that is? Orange and green pumpkin. And do you see what color I have on my shaky head? Let me just show you. Do I match the hatch, guys? You see, I have a little orange in there on my shaky head, a little orange on the tip, and I have that greenish tint to it. So I like to match the hatch. All right, now look at the tail of this crawfish. Has a little bit of red on there. Look at that. That is what that fish was eating. Let's go ahead and put that back in the water. Get it off of the boat. All right, so you guys are guessing. Let's see how many likes we have. We're sitting at 120, how many is that? 126 likes. So we'll do 135 likes. So we need 9 more likes, guys. Once we hit 9 more likes, 135, we're going to pull that fish back out of the live well. We're going to weigh that fish, and we're going to see who is guessing the right weight. So I see some weights coming in. Oh, yeah, you guys saw the girth. You saw the bendation. You saw the way that fish was fighting. It was like, oh, nah, buddy, you got me with one little hook in my mouth. I'm going to come off. I almost did not get that fish to the boat. That bigger fish, the one that was bigger than that, you guys saw that it was not playing. It was not playing. So that one did not come to the boat. That one came off. All right, let's see. Let's hop in the chat. So Tim says 3.2 pounds. Pale Rider says 3.35. Bill Meeks has hit me with the 2.83. We'll see. I think that might be a little light. Lanier Kayak Bass Fishing says going with 3.2 on that booger. Okay. Big Ivy said I'll hit you with the 3.0. Walter Denner says, do you eat them? Nah, I throw these back. Richard's gonna hit me with a 4 pounds even. I think it's a 4-pounder. Grim says, I'll give it a 2.7, and Stealing says 3.22. All right, we need 5 more likes, and then we're gonna be back on it. Then we'll be right back on it, guys. All right, and while you guys are putting your guesses in the chat and getting 5 more likes in there for me, I'm gonna scan around and see if these fish have kind of posted back up and see if I can get them to come back up. But let me show you what the problem is now. That sun, can you see it? It's back up and shining bright, guys. Which generally means that kind of kills that top water bite. So it was kind of a window. We had a little window of fun to take advantage of it. But let's just try it and see anyways. Let's just try it and see anyways. All right, that wasn't a good cast. Let's try it again. All right, let me back off of them a little bit. All right, in the chat, once we hit 135 likes, put 135 in the chat. Put 135 in the chat once we hit 135 likes, and then we are going to weigh that fish and see how it's looking. Man, you know, it sure does seem like it used to be easier to catch these fish. So now, even though you have live imaging and all that good stuff, you can pretty much see the fish not eat. You can see them not being caught, basically. Whereas before, you wouldn't necessarily see that. You'd fish it for a little while, and then you take off and leave because you'd be like, hey, you know, maybe they're just not there. They're not biting or something like that. But now, you know those fish are there. But you're like, man, I'm just not throwing the right thing. Let me change it up a little bit. All right, let me see. While we're doing that, how are we looking on the like? We need 2 more likes. All right, who is that? Daniel with the 4-1. Who else do we have? Frozen for me. Okay, let's see. The video froze for me. Yeah, we should be back up and running now. How does it look, guys? Now, Chino says, filmy screen froze with his hand on the reel. All right, are we back now? Can you guys see me now? It should have updated. Daniel hit me with the 4-1. RPC says 3.4. All right, No Chino says we are good. We are good. All right, we're waiting on 135 likes. So what I'm going to do is make 1 more cast. You guys know how that goes. And what we're going to cast is going to be a shaky head with 1 more cast while we're waiting for that 135. So in the chat, you guys let me know when we hit 135. And I'm going to put this shaky head right on their head. See how they love that. All right, here we go. Make a good 70-foot cast out there. Did I hit it right where I needed to be? Sure did. All right, let's go ahead and spot lock on that. All right, Big Ivy said, no, that's Steve Wimpy says 3.12. Joshua says, is that a gator? Looks like you have a gator in that live well. Do you see the back straps? Looks like he's been doing some shoulder shrugs in the gym. All right, let's see. Grim says 136. All right, guys, so we hit the, we're at 135 likes, so we're right where we need to be. All right, so if anybody else wants to put their guess in the chat, this is the 1 more cast. So I'm fishing this shaky head kind of slow back to the boat. Once I get this back, then we are going to... Oh, I thought I was already on a fish, guys. Let me just double check. Let me check that line. Oh, my goodness, it is a fish. Ah, there we go. There we go, guys. Had to chin check him. Had to check his chin. All right, there we go. He's swimming towards the boat. I can't really tell what's going on with him. But this is another episode of Bendation 101. Can you see it? Can you see he has a little bend to him? He has some nice little head shakes. He has some little head shakes. He's like, hey, can I still get a piece of that bendation? Oh yeah, let me just show you to the peoples. Okay, this must be one of the grandkids down there. What are you doing hanging out with the big boys? We'll go ahead and do a weight on this one too. we'll do an intermission weight. We'll go ahead and do an intermission weight. This is not a keeper by any means, but take a look at him. He's like, I'm still pretty. I'm still pretty. I got some fight in me. You know, I was hanging out with the big boys. Those fish down there big enough to eat this fish. Oh my goodness, guys. They're schooling again. They're schooling. Okay, they stopped. All right, real quick, this is going to be an intermission. This is a DINK, but we're going to put this on a scale real quick. What do you guys think the weight is? You have to put your weights in there real quick because I'm going to weigh this one right now. Because these fish are now active. They're very active out here now, guys. All right, let's see. Go ahead and get that one in. All right, let's weigh this one real quick. Are you guys, okay, we have some 0.8s. Bill Meek says it's a DINK. Bill Meek says 0.83. I'll go with a 0.6. I'll go with a 0.6 on this one, 0.6. All right, let's see. So this was a trial run. This was a test for people who have not done the guessing game before. Let's just go, let's see real quick. I'm going with a 0.6. All right, here we go. Almost locked in at a 0.7, guys. All right, let's go ahead and send him back down there to go tell his people what he just witnessed, that he was a victim of alien abduction. All right, in the chat, this is the next question. Now, I just caught one. There are some more down there. Do you guys want me to weigh the fish now? Or do you want me to make another cast? That was one more cast, and then we got into the boat. So that's the fish down there in the live well. One more cast, or go ahead and weigh the fish now? What do you... So put now or one more in the chat. Now, okay, I see a now in there. I see a point. Okay, I see you guys. Yes, you already know. All right, one more. Okay, so we got one more. Who's going to break the tie? Weigh it right now or one more cast? I got it right. Tony said he got it right. Good deal, Tony. Might as well, let me see. Quick, you're there already. All right, so Daniel, he came in and broke the tie and said right now. Okay, so there's the fish right here, guys. Can you see the back? Can you see the backbone on him? All right, so I need you guys to help me out. I need you guys to help me out and just kind of look in the chat to see what the weights were that people were guessing. And I will give you my guess on the weight as well. Sounded like I heard him schooling again, guys. I got to keep my hand on the trigger just in case. All right, so we're about to go ahead, but let me see it. I missed it. Fishing with, what is that? Fishing with Flames. Says I missed it. All right, Fishing with Flames. You're going to have to guess kind of quick because we're about to get the weigh in on. All right, so here we go. Do you see it? Do you see it? This is what you call a nicing. Let me just show you the girth. Do you see the stomach? Let me just put a scale on the stomach for you to show how many inches wide this fish is. So if you start that right out there with that 10, this fish is about 3 inches wide. That's just on the stomach alone. Look at the girth. Look at the back straps. Do you see the back straps? Do you see it? Hopefully you saw the bendation because the rod was bending, kind of tough. All right, so it is guessing time. Make sure you have put your weights in the chat. All right, there we go. There we go. It is time for the guessing game, guys. We're going to clear this scale out. You guys see it is cleared out. We have zeros on there. My guess is going to be 3, 3, 3. 3, 3 is what my guess is right here, guys. All right, so here we go. We're locking it. We're locking it in. We're locking it in. Here we go. Oh. Did your partner MoneyBass get it? 338. I hit him with the 338. Did anybody beat me? Did anybody beat me on it? Let me show you guys the fish one more time. Hit them with the 338. Let's go ahead and lock it in. All right, there we go. Look at that fish. 338. All right, let's just drop him back in the live well one more time. Now the water in this live well is very cool, so that fish is in there able to relax. I have the aeration on. All right, so did anybody beat your partner MoneyBass? It was 338. My guess was 3-3. In the chat, I see some people trying to. All right, Grim says, I think you won, Money. Oh yeah, I think I got you. I think I got y'all on that one. I see some 3-2s in there. I see a 5-6, a 2-7. Uh-oh, did I get you? I think I got you guys. There's a 3-4, a 3-0, a 3-2. Wait a minute, there's a pale rider hit me with the 3-3-5. And what was the weight? 3-3-8. Pale rider, looks like you got me. Pale rider came in with the 3-3-5. Tim had 3-2. All right, so it looks like we're giving that one to Pale Rider. And I was a runner-up. There we go. Pale Rider said, yep, I had 3-3-5. Okay. Big Ivy says, we know what you were doing when the camera froze up. Ivy, you're hurting me, Ivy. Why you doing me like this? All right, Coterie says, what you catch him on? Tuning back in late. I caught that one on a top water bait, guys. All right, you know what? I'm going to do for the money team, the members of the money team. Shout out to Big Ivy. Who else do we have in here with a badge next to their name? Big Ivy, DL Peck Fishing. Let's see, who else do we see? Who else do I see? All right, looks like you two may be the only money team members in here, but the money team, we have Stephen Wimpy. Shout out to you. The money team are the members of the channel. They are the people that have the badges next to their name. So we have quite a strong membership, but everybody's not in the chat right now. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a members only live stream. So if, you know, we do those every once in a while where I go over and detail certain features of things, and we're live. And, you know, you guys can come right in there, ask me questions about everything that I was doing. But what I'll do is I'll set up a, set it up to where you guys can see the catches. I will go over in detail the baits and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, we'll just chop it up and have a good time like we normally do on those members only live streams. So that's what I'm going to set up. So if you aren't a member, consider joining the channel. Always have a great time, great content. I try to always bring value to you guys so we can have fun out here on the water. And if you're somebody that is out there trying to get better on the lake, that is pretty much what the goal of this channel is, to help people get out there, have fun on the lake, make the most of the time that they have when you can get out on the water, because you never know what type of issues people are going through, whether it's health issues, financial issues, or whatever it is that may be preventing them from being able to spend time out on the lake. Whoa, those fish over there are looking lovely. Looking lovely. Let's go ahead and make some fan casts. But yeah, so we will do a members only live stream where I will go over in detail these baits, the setups and everything like we were doing before, and have some fun with it. Let's see if we can get these fish to come up again. Okay, here they come. All right, let's get it back out there again real quick. All right, so I'm drifting right now. I do not have my spot lock on. I'm just kind of drifting away, getting my distance away from these fish. Man, that one that came up and hit it, man. You know how it's always the one that gets away that you're like, man, I just wish I could have got it to the boat just so I could have saw how big it actually was. But that one that hit it was bigger than the one that we have in the boat. And that one came off. All right, so we had just caught that dink on the shaky head. We had one coming up to it. Was thinking about it, but changed his mind. We're looking around waiting on some schooling activity. Now look at the sun. That sun is up there bright and shining all by itself. Those clouds have kind of passed the sun now, so things are back to the way they were before. So it's like some timing windows out here is what it seems, guys. And looking at the location of those clouds versus the location of the sun, looks like it may be a minute before we get that overcast back again. But who knows? I will keep on trying. See if I can convince these fish to come up on top, because I love that bite. I'll come out here and throw top water all day, guys. Top water all day just to feel that tug, just to see that explosion on that offshore water bite. I'm going to ease back in on these fish now and throw that shaky head down there again. All right, and I'll be checking back into the chat. What are you guys talking about in the chat? So we're having a good time out here. Simpson says, are you saltwater fishing? No, sir. We are out here on Lake Lanier fishing some offshore spotted bass right now. Curtery says, how do you become a member? So if somebody could check for me, I think right below the video link, there should be a join button, or there should be a join button on the screen. Can somebody just take a look for me? If there's somebody, a member of the Money Team, that knows where that join button is located on these lives, and just put that information in the chat for anybody that wants to support the channel, get some more members tuning in, and then we will start having some more members only live streams where we go over and detail some things that, you know, should help you guys out on the water, whether it's with your electronics or with different baits and techniques and things like that. Always looking to have a good time. All right, so they're not coming up yet. So that sun has made those fish say, nah, partner, we're not coming up there yet. The sun is glaring in my eyeball. All right, so now I like to keep that rod sitting right to the side. You see how I keep that rod right there? So when those fish start schooling, I can just grab it real quick and get right to business. Right to business. All right, so what we're gonna do is just hop back down there with this shaky head. I showed you guys that crawfish that came out of the fish's mouth. That crawfish had the same colors, well, similar colors to what I have on this shaky head. And let me just show you real quick. So you guys saw that it had that the reds in there. Can you see that red in there? So I have that red, I have that chartreuse, and I have that green pumpkin color. All of that is in there. And so those fish down there, they're feeding on the bottom also, because you saw that crayfish in its mouth. And that was a nice sized crayfish in that 3-pounder's mouth. All right, so that was a good cast, about 65 feet out. So we're gonna fish this slow back to the boat. I have my spot lock on, so if you look down here, you see those lights on. That little beeping sound was my spot lock coming on. And I use this high-vis yellow line so that I can watch this and see when it stops moving. I'll be able to, that's how it lets me know that that bait is on the bottom, because I want to definitely make sure I keep bottom contact when I'm fishing a shaky head out here I'm in 25 feet of water, fishing out to about 30 feet of water. And as you saw, there are 3-pounders, 3+ pounders down there. And also there are dinks down there. Oh my goodness, look at them, guys. Can you see them right out here? They're schooling again, but they're just out of range of me where I could cast to. But I have this rod locked and loaded. I have it ready to go. Once they come in range, I'll have to hit them in the head. Jeremy says, have you tried ice fishing? No, sir, I have not. All right, Big Mike says, hit the money symbol, then select become a member. All right, good deal. Really appreciate that, Big Mike. All right, and if you have become a member since we have been live today or this week, Put member in the chat. I definitely want to give shout outs to people that are supporting the channel like that. And another big shout out to Big Mike for sponsoring today's show with that super chat from earlier. All right, I'm working my way through some cover down there. I can feel it as it's bouncing around, hitting branches or whatever's down there. All right, B was that B Rips, DB Rips. Go somebody give him an update. Let him know about the bendation, about the fish we've been catching so far. Pale Rider guessed the weight of that the biggest fish of the day so far. Journeyman says, I think I'm addicted to fishing. You wouldn't be the only one, sir. Just think about all the people that we have watching somebody fish in the middle of the day. I actually, before I came out here, the reason why I was late getting on the lake is because I was watching Todd Castledine fish on the lake when I could have actually been out doing it myself. I was sitting there watching somebody else do it instead of coming out to the lake. All right, let me see. Anish says, where are you fishing? I'm fishing on Lake Lanier. We are fishing for spotted bass today. The biggest fish of the day was what, 338? So almost 3.5 pounds. It was a nice one. Had a big old fat stomach on it. And actually it's still in the live well. It's probably been sitting in the live well for what, maybe about 15, 20 minutes, guys. So I need to go ahead and put it back in the water. Don't really like keeping them out of the live well too long, especially in the whenever the weather's kind of warm outside. But that water that's in the live well is very cool water. So that fish is in there getting some aeration, cooling off a little bit. Then I'll let it head back home so it could tell its friends about its alien abduction, hanging out with MoneyBass and the Money Team. All right, so yes, so has anybody became a member of the channel today or anytime this week? Just want to see. I think Big Mike said that you just have to click on that money symbol and then choose become a member for someone that was asking just a minute ago. Anish says, any idea on what kind of license I'd be required to acquire to fish in Georgia? Yes, sir. You just need a, really just depends on what type of fishing that you want to do. You could do trout fishing or I think everything else falls under the same license. But just go to Google and just type in Georgia fishing license, and it should bring you to the website where you would go to purchase your fishing license. So anybody 16 years and older, I believe, is what is required to, you have to have a fishing license. And if you're military, well, actually, let me think. There may be some military discounts available, but I was thinking about parking passes for certain lakes, how you have to pay to park. You can get a lifetime pass if you are military, ex-military. So that's always a good thing. A few little perks come along with that. All right, let's make one more cast with this. All right, peoples. Time is ticking. We have a little more time left. See if we can catch one more fish so we can do the guessing game one more time. All right, and the likes are looking lovely. Can we get 4 more likes? Really appreciate everybody for tuning in and participating, helping out the channel. Can we get 4 more likes? I want to see if we can hit 150 likes for this live stream. I'm going to show you guys that fish that we just caught one more time before I release it. And who was that? Wit? I think it was Wit was the name that was on a little earlier asking about making YouTube videos. I will make a quick YouTube short for you guys to take a look at. And I will do that live while we are on the water. Man, I sure do want to feel that tappy tap before we close out. All right, we have Journeyman checking in from Finland. I live in Finland, and we have a really big fishing culture here. So what type of fish, what is the main type of fish that you fish for? And do you fish for food or do you fish for fun? And what type of fish do you keep if you keep the fish? Give us a little bit of information what goes on out there in Finland. Really appreciate you for tuning in, guys. We are worldwide. We have people from Finland, Ireland, Indonesia. Oh my goodness, your partner got another fish. Did you see it? Did you see the rod when it's... Okay, this is a little bit better, guys. A little bit better than that last one. Do you see the... Oh, and he jumped on me. He tried to jump. Do you see it? Do you see it? Oh my goodness. He jumped on me, but he's not a largemouth. These spotted bass say, hey, I can do some acrobatics too. Okay, we're gonna flip him. We're gonna hit him with the flippity flip. Oh my goodness, did you see him? Oh, don't come off. Ah, did you see him? Did you see me hit him with the flippity flip? He was like, don't flip me, MoneyBass. You need to net me. All right, there we go. Take a look at him. He has a little bit of size to him. He was like, hey, I've been down there eating a few crayfish. I eat a crawfish or two. Look at the stomach on him. He's a nice one. He's a decent one. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Big Mike. Hit the channel with a $2 super chat. You, sir, are the sponsor of today's live stream. Whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream, guys, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers and subscribers and people that just tune in every now and then. See what's going on this channel. Look at the nice colors on there. Isn't that fish pretty? Look at him. All right, we're going to do a quick weigh-in on this one. We're going to do this one right now. All right, let's get a few more likes in the chat. We're at 151. Can we get to 155? And while we're at it, go ahead and start dropping your weights in the chat. We're going to weigh it right now. This one's going to be quick and easy. Hit that like button and then drop your weight in the chat. Big Mike says 1.2. Okay, let's see, 1.2. Okay, all right. Big Mike's hitting us with the 1.2, the sponsor of today's live stream. All right, so no time to waste on this one. We're going to weigh this one right away. We only have one guess. Where are the rest of the guesses at, guys? All right, Pale Rider hitting us with the 0.89. 0.89. All right, let me put him into perspective for you guys. Let me go ahead and hold up the scale. So that's 15 inches on the scale. This fish is hitting just over 14. Can you see his tail? He's just over 14, so he's a keeper. He's like, hey, buds, I'm a keeper. I'm a decent fish. I've lived a good life. I've been hanging out. But is it the end for me? Is MoneyBass going to eat me? Or is he going to put me back? Big Ivy said 338. Oh, my goodness. Connor said 0.94. We have 0.93, 0.97. Connor with the 1.25. Connor, how many guesses do you have in here? So, Connor, which one is it? 0.94? All right. Big Ivy says, look, Big Ivy has multiple guesses. All right. So, let's go ahead and drop him on the scale real quick so we can put him back. Let's put him on the scale. All right, there we go. You guys see it's zeroed out. All right, so my guess is going to be a 1.2. I think he's going to be a 1.2, guys. Let's see. Am I going to get it? Let's see. 1.2 is what I'm guessing. All right, let's get him on here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, my goodness, I was short. I should have known that it was more than that. 1.46. And there you go, 1.46. 1.46. 1.46 in the chat. Who got it? Who got it in the chat? You guys check it. You be the judge and the jury. Who guessed the 1.46 on there? All right, and what I'm going to do is do a quick video and drop this on YouTube. Let's see if this fish will jump when we put him back in the water. where is it at? Where is it at? Let's switch this over. All right, here we go. Another pretty fish out here on Lake Lanier, but sometimes these fish are jumpers. Are you gonna jump? Are you gonna jump for us? Let's see. Woo, a splasher. All right, there we go. Quick and easy. Quick and easy video. Another pretty fish out here on Lake Lanier, but sometimes these fish are jumpers. Are you gonna jump? Are you gonna jump for us? Let's see. Woo, a splasher. All right, there we go. Quick and easy, guys. Let's go ahead and drop that on the channel. So for people that were asking me about how I do my videos, that's it. Why are you mad? I think that fish is mad because it got stuck in the mouth, and that's bass fishing. Everything else is good. We'll keep him right on there just like that, and we'll hit upload. Bam, have another piece of content out on the channel. Just that quick and easy. Just that quick and easy. All right, we have Lincoln checking in, hitting the subscribe button. Really, really appreciate it. Got to give you a hand clap for that. This channel is growing fast, guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Really appreciate you for tuning in, hitting that like button, getting active, and please consider subscribing, guys. Like I said, we're growing fast. We get together in the studio every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, but out here live on the lake enjoying these pretty days. For people that may be having medical, health issues, financial issues, whenever you can't get out on the water, hey, come along with me. I can bring you out here with me. Look at that nice, pretty day. Look at the sun. The sun is nice, bright, and shining. So yeah, we can get out here, just ride along with me. Really appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. Big shout out to Big Mike. He is the sponsor of today's live stream. Connor says, what bait did you use? That was a shaky head. Let me show you what a shaky head is. All right, I throw that on a spinning rod. I have, let me see, that feels like my 10-pound fluorocarbon. See that knot right there? That is braid going to fluorocarbon line. That is an improved Alberto knot right there. I have high-vis yellow braid on there to help me just keep an eye on that line. And the bait itself is a shaky head. It's just a little jig head with a worm on there that I have some dye on the back end of it. And that's it. Just that quick and simple. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. All right, we have one more. We have a few more casts that we're gonna make. Let's see if we can get another one to the boat. Let's see. Let's just check it out and see. Let's come off of that spot lock, and we're gonna put that right over there where those fish are all hanging out at. Boom. Right where it needed to be. Now take a look, guys. This is what we're fishing right here. You see those fish? You see them following that bait down? They're going down there after it. Those are a lot of fish. Now, this is mega live. A lot of people don't like mega live, but for me, hey, I'm catching fish. Isn't that what you need it for? So, yeah, it followed that bait right down there. Those fish are kind of suspended up at about 15 feet of water. I'm sitting in 25 feet. All right, so let's see. Evelyn says, it looks turquoise. Oh, yeah, I'm sitting on pallet number 13. That's pallet 13. I kind of like the colors on there. It makes it pop a little bit more, especially if you have on some polarized shades with that yellow tint. Those colors pop very nice. All right, so we're going to pull it right through those fish again. And let's see, do I already? Your partner thought he already had one. I thought I already had somebody talking to me. We're going to see if we can get another one real quick. All right, we're going to get another one to the boat. Get another one to the boat. Let's see. Grim says, killing it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're out here having some fun with it. So I'm just fishing this kind of slow back to the boat. Seeing what type of activity we can get. Gonna have some fun with it. All right, all right. We're out here having a good time. All right, I'm bringing it through some cover again, guys. Let's see if I can bounce it through there. Can I work my way through it? There we go. Had to snap it over it. All right, Lincoln says, have you ever been trout or salmon fishing? Now, I've been trout fishing, but I don't think I know of any places down south where you can go and catch some salmon at, besides the grocery store. All right, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you have just subscribed to this channel sometime today or this week, type the word subscribe in the chat. I just want to see who my new subscribers are so I can see your names and give you a big shout out and welcome to the channel. We get together at least once a week. We've already been out here twice this week so far. And hey, if the weather is good, why not do it one more again? I'll be back out here tomorrow. All right, Christopher says, I subbed yesterday. Big shout out to Chris. Christopher Sims. Really appreciate the subscription to the channel. And I think we have a few new members. Somebody was saying if you want to become a member of the channel, just type that $sign and it'll give you the option to become a member. So those members are the people that you see. Those are the people that I call the money team. And they have a few perks that come along with that. One of which is they get to join the members only live streams. And during these live streams, you will see that they have a badge next to their name. So they kind of stand out in the chat. Big shout out to the members of the channel. All right. B-Dub says, hey, where you at? I'm out here on Lake Lanier, sir. Out here catching a few spotted bass. Uh-oh, we have Cool C checking in. He says, what's up, money? Big shout out to Cool C and the money team once again. All right, Lincoln says, sub today. I'm in Michigan. Salmon and trout are, wow, okay. All right, so you have to catch no salmon. Man, that must be nice to not have to go to the store to buy it. You could just go out to the, go out to a river or, I don't know, are they in lakes? And just catch your own. Must be nice. KM says, salmon in Lake Michigan? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, I haven't been, so I don't know. Is he saying that there's salmon up there? I haven't really heard about it, but hey. Greg says, one more. All right, one more. Do we have time to get one more in? Time is ticking, guys. Time is ticking. Let's just drift off of these fish just a little bit. I'm going to get off of these fish and see if I can get them to come up and hit on top water again. So we're just going to slowly drift away from them a little bit to give them a little space. All right, there we go. All right, so now let's make a few casts out there. I really wanted to catch a fish on this swim bait, but they're just not cooperating. So we're gonna throw this out here a few times and see what we can make happen, guys. We want a little bit of action out here. Making some long casts, getting these casts out there about 100 feet or so. Give me a lot of space in between these fish and the boat. All right, here they come, guys. Let's see if he's gonna get it. I killed it. Let's see what happens. Just to show you what's going on, they followed this bait all the way, almost to the boat. I just stopped reeling it and killed it to see if that'll get them to react to it, which it did not. All right, trying to see if we could get one more fish in. One more fish. All right, let's see. Ernest says, what is the pattern? Lincoln says, what reel is that? This is a 13 Fishing Concept Z 8-gear ratio reel. All right, so we're sitting right on top of these fish now. Let's just go out with a drop shot, see if maybe they'll hit that. Who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. All right, so the pattern, we started off fishing shallow water. We went and fished some docks. Docks were not working too well, so then we changed up and went and fished points with rocks. Caught a fish on a shaky head with that. Then we went offshore, tried to catch schooling fish. We got some fish that were schooling. We're able to get some of the fish to come up and hit the bait on top water. All right, let's see. MoneyBass knows what he's doing. Just learn. What's going on, Big Mike? Hey, it's always good to hear some suggestions. We're out here having some fun with it. Yeah, sometimes I'll show different baits and let you guys pick. I'll show you what I'm seeing on the screen for people that want to learn how to use their electronics. Then I'll let you pick the bait. And then from there, once you pick the bait, then we'll see if that actually works. Oh man, thought I had one, guys. How many fish did we catch so far? I think about, was it 4? All right, Ernest says, where are you using? Oh, no, missed him. Now, it's not too often that you get a bite on a drop shot. I did not let the fish get it good enough. So were you using a Sebile? Yes, I was. That was the bait that I was using. I really wanted to catch something on it today. I like catching fish on that bait. All right, man, was so close. The fish hit it, but I did not let the fish get the bait good enough. Let's drop it back down there, see if one of his friends want to come and fight over it now. Well, so love that lure. Just wish it wasn't $25. That may be the new ones that are out. I know the original Sebiles that were out. You can't even hardly find those anywhere. They don't sell those anywhere used anymore because that company went out of business. But I know there's some companies that make, I guess what you would call a knockoff version of that. All right, got him that time, guys. Oh no, did he come off? Oh my goodness. Missed him again, and oh, he didn't take my bait. All right, so they're hitting this drop shot. Let's get it back down there one more time. How much more time do we have left? We have a little bit more time. Time is ticking. It is almost over. It is almost over. Oh my goodness gracious. How is that happening? Guys, that is 3 times back to back. Now, normally with a drop shot, I don't know how that is happening, but with a drop shot, when these fish get that in the mouth, they pretty much have the bait in their mouth. So that's 3 back to back. What's going on, Sachin? Checking in, saying hi to the crew. Appreciate you for tuning in, checking out the live stream. We're just out here having a little fun, catching a fish or two. We have a few more minutes to go. We're trying to catch one more fish before time runs out. And time is ticking fast. Oh my God. What is happening, guys? What is happening? All right, well, that's all she wrote. Let me go ahead and show you guys this last fish that we got. We're gonna call it a day. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is the big fish for the day for anybody that is just tuning in. Look at the girth. Look at the stomach on this monster. Oh yeah, what was this? A 3.38 pound spotted bass. Nice and lovely. All right, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're going to release this fish back into the lake right after we get off this live. Make sure you guys tune in. I'll probably be back out here tomorrow. But yeah, so there we go. This was the big fish of the day. We had a nice day out here, showed you guys a lot of different techniques, answered a lot of questions. I will be doing a members only live stream, so consider joining the channel and becoming a member. So I think it's only like $5 a month or something like that. But I try to put a lot of value into the content that I put out to you guys to help you while you're out on the lake. Give you one more quick view of this boat. I'm out here on this Nitro Z20. fishing offshore, having a good time out here, guys. All right, really appreciate it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. You'll get the notification if you are subscribed to the channel.